Hey, yo, B, everyone, what's going on, everybody out there? Mr. Sandman sounded back in real quick. And welcome to episode, was it 17, 18? I think it's 17. We just be handing y'all with these episodes left and right, like a Mike Tyson fight. I'm pumped, I'm amped. I miss all y'all out there. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about the old fashioned wrestling. Y'all already know how we do when it comes to the round table. You know what I'm saying? I got you right now. Might be a good one tonight, B. You know what I'm saying? I know you see the title, Cody the Sucker. Is he? Can we really be mad at Cody Rhodes? Let's really, you know, deep dive into this whole situation with this dude, Cody Rhodes. Well, him officially signing to WWE, even though this dude was a founding father of AEW. I know we spoke about this in a previous episode on the Roundtable, but I feel like, just given the fact this might be the most popular topic in this road to WrestleMania, with this dude Cody Rhodes possibly facing off against Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, I figured why not? Why not talk about this again? Like, basically, what really happened in behind the scenes of AEW? Was it money? Was it jealousy? Did John Moxley come through and ruffle the feathers a little bit? Because, John Moxley is like the highest paid dude there. Did he ruffle the feathers a little bit? Did this dude, Cody, got tight because he seen this dude pockets and was like, how the fuck am I EVP, executive vice president, and this dude's getting paid triple than what I get paid? Is it that? Is it jealousy? Is Tony Khan losing his mind? Talk to me, y'all. You?
What's up?
How I'm sounding?
You sound good.
I appreciate that. What's going on? My dude Nate in the building. I know you see the title. What do you think? Do you think this dude's a sucker?
Listen, Cody, it doesn't have to do with Cody. It doesn't have to do with AEW. It has to do with his wife. They were building up a storyline with Paige Van Zant and Brandy. She goes out there, tries to cut a promo. They tell her to shut the fuck up. And that was the last straw. And Cody's like, he's pussy whipped. He does whatever his wife wants to do. And he just basically took his ball and ran and went back to WWE. So there we go.
You think that's only it? I think it may be a little more to that.
There could be a little bit thing with the Young Bucks and maybe Omega, because remember it was about maybe last year there was talk about them not really talking to each other. There could be a little bit to that, but I think it's the whole Brandy situation, because she quit too. She quit too. So.
Well, of course she's gonna quit. She got no choice. You think he gonna leave and she stay there?
She had a good job with AEW.
Fucking bench.
She had a good job with AEW. So.
You know what I'm saying?
But whatever. I mean,
not only that, the other title, we have the Indian sensation Veer finally coming through to grace us with his presence. You know what I'm saying? This dude's about to come through and be the new sensation, the new the 10th wonder of the world. Veer Mahaan.
Veer Mahaan's going to debut. By the time he debuts, I'll be collecting Social Security. This guy's never going to fucking debut.
Yeah, they said on Monday, I heard.
Yeah.
They said it's going to come through the Monday, the Raw.
The night, Monday after Raw. I mean, Mania. Yeah.
What and here goes the dude that everybody loves to hate. My dude Snug building.
Yeah, I love
Snugs
how
Goody.
like. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? I just came from TikTok because like there's a panel on TikTok, not a panel, a channel on TikTok that watches wrestling live, and they don't get taken down or anything for it because TikTok has less rules. But it's just funny how that whole entire chat room was hating on me for my opinions, and then what was funny
You
was
went over there trolling.
no, I don't troll, but they were like, "Yo, I want to block Snuggles." But the next thing you know, I brought up a good question, and then everybody just started, debating and stuff. So, like, I love how people hate me on TikTok for my wrestling views, but then they also love to hear me. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, you can't have it both ways. But
Yeah, because I remember I saw you from before. Like, yeah, at most times, it's ludicrous what you be saying at times. But
yeah,
every times that you really have a motherfucker think like, yo, I'm mad this dude made sense right there.
So this TikTok channel, you're watching wrestling. Do they show you how to fall asleep during Monday nights?
no,
Or
no,
no?
no, that's not what happens. But I'll tell
Oh,
you this much:
I
we
don't
were,
think
we
you
was,
need much. I don't think you need much instructions. Like they were
I'll
just
tell
no.
you
like, all
this.
you got to do is just watch, and the rest is history.
The rest is
We
history.
were we were debating top 10 entrances of all time. So like everybody in the
Oh,
chat came to
Ooh,
the
I like
conclusion.
this. I like this. Okay.
Yeah,
that's good.
so everybody in the chat came to the conclusion that Undertaker is obviously the best entrance because
Get the fuck
you
out of
know
here.
what? Hold on, let's not dive off the
Get the
deep
fuck
end
out
now.
of here.
Let's
But
not dive off
carry
the
on,
deep end
carry
now.
on, carry on.
There's no way you can make an argument that anybody else has a better entrance than Undertaker. You can make
What are
an
you talking
argument,
about?
maybe
I got one right
maybe the
here.
theme, maybe the theme.
Triple H entrance is better than Undertaker's.
You're gonna
Ultimate
choose
Warrior,
triple.
man. Ultimate Warrior has a better entrance than him. Talk about
No,
go
he
crazy.
doesn't.
Me
That's
entering the
No.
bathroom after a Taco Bell meal is better than fucking
yeah,
Undertaker's.
yeah.
Have you so in other words, anybody who's been in the ring who's watched the Undertaker walk down there never had fear put in them, but they had
No,
fear put in them when Ultimate Warrior came down running?
no. Warriors is awesome. That music pumps you up, man. Like you want to go to the gym and start clanging and banging.
Yeah, but it's the whole theatrics that Undertaker brings with him with the
Oh
fire flames
yeah,
coming up
no
from
doubt
hell.
about it. For like theatrics and like presentation, Undertaker's number one. But I'm
That's
like
what I'm saying.
actual
That's what
like
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like entrances, like not
yeah,
the music. I'm talking like the entrance, like him coming
yeah.
down to the ring.
Theatrics, yeah, no doubt
Undertaker
about it.
has to be number one.
Yeah.
Stone Cold is up there only because the crowd was so like I have Batista in my top 10 because to me Batista's entrance when his music played, it got
Yeah.
everybody in the arena hyped up, and then you factor in the pyro that he would do right after that. It was just perfect. Stone Cold when his
Oh,
glass
fuck alone.
Stone Cold when the glass shattered, like you even saw
Yep.
it this past Monday
Yeah.
when Kevin Owens came out, but people thought for a second that was Stone Cold. You could just tell like that's why Stone Cold is in the top 5
But
of
they fucked up.
entrances.
They fucked up though. They should have saved that for WrestleMania, man. Like
Yeah.
just for us to hear that the
No, they
first
can't.
time and Stone Cold come out at WrestleMania, you know what I mean?
No, they can't.
Because it's not going to be the same type of effect.
No,
Because
they couldn't do that, Mania.
we just heard the glass shatter yesterday, so it's not
Right,
going
but
to make the same effect if this dude Stone Cold when this dude Stone Cold come out at WrestleMania.
no, it's different. No, it made sense because they couldn't do it at Mania because everybody already knows that Stone Cold's going to be at Mania, so it wouldn't have made sense to tease it at Mania. It made sense to tease it now.
Yeah.
It
Be,
wouldn't have been
be,
a tease.
huh?
Like Stone Cold would have just came out when they played his music at WrestleMania.
Now
It
who
wouldn't have been a
did it
tease.
better? Who did it better? Kevin Owens with that one last night, or Shawn Michaels teasing Bret Hart coming back? That one's still number one in Montreal.
Nah,
Well,
the shit with
the Bret Hart one.
HBK. Hold on, Snugs. The best one of the best cosplays was HBK making
As
fun
Hulk
of Hulk
Hogan.
Hogan.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was good
on
too.
that night
Yeah.
show.
That shit was
On
gold.
that night
Larry King
show.
Live. The Larry King Live.
No, but I was making an argument that Chris Masters might be in my top 10 for entrances ever. Like, come on, my man Chris Masters,
Top
bro.
10, no, come on. See what
Entrances,
I'm talking about? Top 10. I'm not saying his entrance was whack or whatever, but it was very generic.
Nah,
All he
like
do is
okay,
flex his muscles.
Cena's in my top 10, but his entrance is generic.
No, it's not, yo. Shut up.
Well, his Mania ones were pretty
What the hell
good.
are you talking about?
His
Wait a
Mania
minute,
one was pretty good in Detroit.
Cena would
That was
just come
cool.
out with his music and run to the ring, salute, and then throw the hand signs. That's it. But like Chris Masters is
Yeah,
Chris
I think Ultimate
Masters.
Warrior had the best entrance ever.
I don't know about the best. He's up there top 10, but I don't think because it's
Either him or
impressive.
Triple H.
I will say this. It's impressive for someone with the size of Ultimate Warrior to run from the locker room all the way to the fucking
Exactly. He had you
and then,
pumped.
and then he had to do
Oh yeah, Dan. See this
and then
steroid maniac run into the ring like just jump in the ring and start shaking the ropes.
yeah, I would be sitting there like, fuck, I gotta fight this coked up motherfucker.
Let's just have motherfuckers pumped.
And then he does all that, and then does a 20-minute match. Like, fuck.
Oh yeah, Ric Flair. We can't forget about Ric Flair. Ric
Flair's up there. I'm just saying, like Chris Masters.
Robe.
Oh man, Chris Masters is underrated though.
Well,
he don't get enough love, and he's coming back.
All he did was show his muscles off while Pyro was in the background.
That shit was epic though. Like he had the moves at the right time when the music played. You know, like he was on cue with his entrance. You know, like how Goldberg when he comes out and like the guy who's pressing buttons over there doesn't seem to be in sync with Goldberg's moves. So, so like at least Chris Masters made it very realistic with his moves.
What about ECW? New Jack and Sandman's entrances were always great too.
Not better than Chris Masters.
Yeah, Sandman shit was always like Sandman shit.
Sandman is one of the best, but I don't know if I could put him over Chris Masters.
Chris Masters.
What?
Like Sandman's
trying to say Chris Masters' entrance is better than Sandman's?
I feel like Sandman had a better entrance when he found that right theme song. Remember how he used to come out to Metallica, then he switched it up when he went to WWE? That song he had when he went to WWE was better for him to be coming through the crowd, and that was a great entrance. But Chris Masters, bro,
that's what I'm saying. You trolling. You had to be trolling. So Enter the Sandman wasn't a better track than the WWE one.
I didn't think the Enter Sandman song for Sandman was fit for him, even though it's his name and everything. I just felt like the entrance the music that WWE gave him when he came through the crowd was better for him. Like, remember
do you hear this, yo?
Do you remember ECW One Night Stand when they had that hostile crowd and JBL was going at it with everybody, and remember when I think it was the Zombie was in the ring, and remember when Sandman came down and started beating everybody's ass? That pay-per-view, that's one of the best entrances of Sandman. That's the best entrance.
That was a One Night Stand.
That was that was ECW TV.
No. No, this was
only on one match. He was on the debut of ECW on TNN. Whatever.
Oh, okay, it wasn't him. It was probably Balls.
Hold on, let's slow down, y'all. First,
probably Balls Mahoney.
We got Malik up in the building. Malik, my dude, Professor X, what's going on, brother?
Hey, peace and blessings to the panel. What's up, y'all? Sorry, I've been here for a few weeks. It's been busy, so the timing's been off, and plus I've been tired a little bit. But anyway, I've been watching listening to all the shows though. So I just want to say, as far as Scott Hall goes, I didn't know the man personally, and even as a fan, I'm not gonna shed no tears on somebody I didn't know, especially somebody who kind of did this to himself. That's my take on that.
I don't agree with that.
Professor S coming with the heat.
It's like this. Us as fans need to start worshiping these people in death that we didn't know, especially when they treated a lot of fans like shit. Maybe not on camera, because on camera, that's camera. That's for the media. That motherfucker, like the whole damn clique, didn't give a damn about.
Hulk Hogan said it best. Hulk Hogan said it best. He had his flaws, but he was a good man.
No, he's not. Hogan ain't a good man. Trust me.
Professor X standing 10 toes down.
So Eddie Guerrero ain't a great man either.
Wait, hold on. I'm loving this right now. Professor X came through, standing 10 toes down on what he said in the messenger. That's what's up. we may not all agree, but that's his opinion, and he's entitled to his opinion.
I'm just saying.
On that note, hold on. On that note, I got Toph about to come through. Let me bring Toph in.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody.
Homeboy Toph. Hey, what's up, Toph?
You know what I'm saying? Toph, what's going on, my dude? You already see the thumbnail. You already see the thumbnail, so, oh, man.
We're here to the big boys. Here's to the big boys.
Yeah, we got
all Sam, all point was him, like the whole clique, the way they treated people, especially other wrestlers, the way they held them back. Because see, even Scott Hall statement on the Hall of Fame, while he say, bad times don't last, bad guys do. That's a hollow statement, and it's basically a lie because Sean Waltman said the past 2 years leading up to his death, he got worse than ever. He started drinking again because he was isolated. He was alone, and it seems to be the pattern when there's no glamour, no fans, nobody being starstruck over you. You can't handle it. So technically, for him, the bad times did last because it lasted right after his death, and he did it. So like I said,
he went through DDP yoga. He got his life back together, and
what good did it do?
Yeah,
so he did his life back together.
It got him a few extra years.
He kept relapsing.
Hold on, wait, give me 1 second.
You're right. Go ahead.
I heard that he relapsed. Is that true that he relapsed? That's how
he did. He relapsed all the time. He kept relapsing. That's the problem.
Man,
he couldn't stop relapsing.
I thought he really beat the demons before
he would have been dead 10 years ago. It wasn't for DDP. So
the demons beat him eventually, basically. But anyway, no. But we can go back. Hey, look, I see the title of the thing, Cody the Sea Sucker. Okay, yeah. You might be right about that. I don't know what his problem is. Like
I put question marks there. I'm not saying
what happened with Cody?
We all got different opinions. Snows, what you was gonna say, Snows? Go ahead, Snows.
What happened with Cody?
Well, basically the whole thing with him building AEW or helping to build AEW, and then now he's jumping ship.
I don't know. I think WWE. I don't know.
I mean, Snug some context. So what's going on with Cody is this has been going on Twitter for like the past 2 days, and it's only going to get worse. On Twitter, just random clips of the AEW podcast with Shivani and Aubrey Edwards, unrestricted.
Can I cut you off real quick?
AEW unrestricted. Well, hold on. Let me just finish. What's going on is clips from unrestricted are on Twitter. And Cody was on unrestricted numerous times, just saying different quotes, over the years. And so just quotes are that he said, 3 years ago, 2 years ago.
Right, about Roman Reigns. There was one with Roman Reigns, right?
No. Just quotes about like his status. Like there's like this one. Matter of fact, I'll pull it up for you right now. There's one interview where it's him, Shivani, and Aubrey. And Aubrey's like, so would you go back? And then Cody said, no, I can't go back. I'm going to be here for.
I remember that clip. Yeah. I remember that clip. I've seen that clip. Yeah. I think that's why I wanted to cut you off real quick because so basically, like this is all I know about the Cody situation was like you said, there's been clips surfacing on Twitter, on social media, of things that he was saying in the past, which is why I brought up a few seconds ago about Roman Reigns, because there's a clip that was surfaced a few days ago where he was talking about Roman Reigns' tweet and how he didn't want to name drop him, but he was basically saying like, hey, I thought that vest that you were wearing was to cover up all your failed drug tests and stuff like that. So
that was a Ring of Honor. Yeah, that was a Ring of Honor. I remember that.
Yeah. So he's so like now he's coming back to WWE. My thing is like put it to you like this: WWE has done more for AEW than AEW has done for AEW. So for me to sit here and think like Cody is going to miss it because he built it up from the scratch, he put it on the map, but it's not like he built it up.
See, I disagree with you there. Where I see where you're coming from. Where I disagree with you, what makes AEW different from like every other company that's ever been an alternative to WWE, what makes AEW different from like say TNA or Ring of Honor or ECW or NXT, a lot of those companies, they had like a person or a group of people that was considered like the heart and soul of the company. Like AJ Styles was the heart and soul of TNA. Rob Van Dam, Sandman, Dreamer, Sabu. Those
but you can make the argument.
ECW. Nope. To me, there is not.
You can make the argument for
that is the heart and soul of
you can make the argument for Jericho. Because right now, because Jericho just came over, right? When Jericho came over, he kind of became the face of that company. He kind of took it over because
But for AEW, what I'm saying is there is not a single, in my opinion, there is not a single heart and soul of AEW. It is a multitude of people. If I could give it as a group, it would be, first of all, it's Jericho and Kenny, number one, because that's the match that started it. It all started with that Wrestle Kingdom match. So first is Kenny, and it's Jericho, and it's Tony Khan, and then Cody, and then the Young Bucks. It would be like those 6 groups, those 6 people. It's like those 6 people collectively made AEW. But I cannot say one single person is the heart and soul of AEW. Like take NXT.
Yeah, remember
right?
you saying that from before. We were saying that from before. Like they don't have a golden boy yet. They don't have a golden goose yet.
Right. Yeah. Like take NXT like 2.0. Like it looks like Ciampa is either leaving or he's going to go in the main roster. So whatever happens, right? So he'll be gone and Gargano's gone. So at this point, like NXT Black and Gold, like it's dead because the heartbeats are gone. Regal's gone. Ciampa is on his way out. Gargano's gone. All those dudes that like made NXT breathe are gone. Cody was a big part of AEW, but I can't say that he was like the heartbeat of it. Like that's too much. Like I can't, But everyone's
like
different.
Cody.
Everyone's got
He's gonna come to WWE. I think he should go to NXT. If he does, only because he should build like those stars that are in NXT. He can give them some legitimacy.
What? Yo,
NXT's dead.
The rumor is he's gonna go to Raw.
Hold on, wait, hold on.
He can go to Raw.
Let's get some of this. Yo, Professor, talk to me. What's going on? You heard what they was talking about. Do you want to build on that when it comes to Cody cocksucker Rhodes?
Yeah, there's a lot I can build on. I'm just saying it's the same questions everybody else has. I mean, okay, you basically became a boss and built this monster. Why would you want to stay a boss? But of course, when Tony Khan came in, I guess he lost some of his power. And then when the X Stars came in, same story, same pattern.
He had power, but he didn't have booking power.
He should have booking power. I mean, him and the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega basically started the company, and he was the executive vice president. The executive vice president shouldn't be run out of his own company. An executive vice president should have had executive vice president powers, and that means to stay on. Tony Khan, no matter how much he sponsors or how much money he has.
You got to do this also too. Not only he took that $2 million. But he also said he would never chase the heavyweight title. So, and the way you got to look at it at this dude point of view when it comes to Cody Rhodes, because he did make sacrifices.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He got the cheat. He's only going to pay like what, $2 million, $3 million. You got John Moxley coming out of nowhere with you know what I'm saying, getting $6 million. Is he even selling push like that to get paid $6 million? Is he really packing seats? I know they be selling out when it comes to them going on tour, what may have you, into venues. They do be selling out and shit. Is that because of John Moxley or who? Like,
I don't think Moxley should be getting paid $6 million over Cody,
that's crazy. That's a little crazy.
Cody.
He shouldn't be paid $6 million, but I can't say that Cody's worth CM Punk money, Bryan Danielson money, or Moxley money. He's just not.
I'm telling you.
It depends what they bring to the table.
I think that's why Cody, the main reason why Cody tight, because it's like, yo, how the fuck you gonna sit here and give John Moxley $6 million and you know what I'm saying? I'm the EVP, and I'm only getting $2 million.
That's why right now, like the
$3 million. Excuse me.
Right now, this is probably one of the few positive things I can say about WWE for once is that this whole thing is interesting because this is Cody's chance to prove TK wrong, to prove fans wrong, because there are some people who, like, Cody's a star, but like many people don't see him at like that top level. So if he's going to go back to WWE, this is his opportunity to show that he is at that level. And if we're having a conversation, if we have this conversation 6 months from now, and he's already the champ or he's challenging for the belt, then maybe we can say, okay, TK, maybe you were wrong. But we just got to see. I can't really give a statement because we got to wait and see. Let's see what he does in WWE. Let's see, like how big of a star. Because right now, and again, I'm not trying to be anti WWE. Right now, of all the eras in WWE's history, this is probably like the least star deprived they've ever been. They hardly have any stars at all. It's like just Roman, Brock, Lashley, and like everyone else is just a bunch of jobbers, really.
Charlotte.
Yeah, they even turned Rey Mysterio into a jobber. Like,
right. So they need stars right now.
Because he get beat up.
This is a great. So because of WWE's just lack of star power, like this is a great opportunity for Cody to just come in and just get the rocket up the ass push because they don't have any stars. So there's no reason, because we all know what it is, right? They're unifying the belts, but they're gonna bring back another belt. We all know this. They're not gonna have the belts.
Not only that, they need faces. Like Cody, right. I can see Cody Rhodes being a top face. I could definitely, even though I only see him as a mid-carder, I can see him as a top face in like a Raw or SmackDown. Mainly SmackDown. To me, I think SmackDown would have been a better fit for him. But
Cody, if Cody is not either champion by SummerSlam, or if he's not challenging for whatever world title, for whatever brand he's on, then this whole thing is a flop. That's just my opinion. If he's not challenging for a world title, or if he's not champion by SummerSlam, then this whole thing
should be
a waste of time.
That should be the goal. The goal, but that's the thing though. You got to think
depends on the situation.
It has to be a mid-card belt because he's not beating Roman. He would have to get built very well to beat
Roman. He's not beating Roman. That's why he's going to Raw, because he can be the top guy on Raw. But if this dude Roman Reigns have both the belts, well, he's not going to have both of them. They're haven't you seen it? They're gonna unify it, and then they're just going to introduce a new belt. They've already leaked that.
God, which is going to be the
Galactical
Championship?
Nothing wrong with that.
Remember we talked about this. It's the networks, man. I'm not even going to blame WWE for this. It's the networks. The networks love that shit. USA loves saying we got our own champion. Fox says we love our own champion.
Yeah.
Also,
that's why they need to merge the divisions all the time, because of Fox and these dudes don't want to play nice. Like grown ass men acting like little faggots. Like, these rosters need to get merged so we can get some fresh matches, and everything don't be so fucking tedious and repetitive. Yo, Nate, what you think about that, my dude? You've been a little quiet.
Yeah, like I said, the whole thing with Cody comes down to his wife. What happened with his wife? She got pissed. She quit. Cody went with his wife.
What are you talking about?
Yep.
What are you talking about? The cloud told her to shut the fuck up and shit, and she got fed up. And that was it.
Who told her to shut up?
That's the last time she was on TV.
That was it.
That was the next week. That was the very next week.
Wait, what? Who told her to shut up?
The crowd.
Oh, the crowd?
Shut the fuck up.
She couldn't take that shit.
That's fine.
Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah.
That bitch is useless.
Yeah.
I think
people forget about that. They did.
Nah, man, they've been worse.
They did the Brandy Lambert segment, and that was when the crowd was cheering for Lambert, and Lambert's got Jim Cornette heat.
And Cody's gonna beat Roman Reigns if Brandy gives us some snatch to Vince McMahon.
Because AEW fans are bipolar.
But that's a good point. That's the problem.
But anyway,
the thing is, they wouldn't be good.
Go
look, if that happens, they're not setting a good example for their baby son. No, but anyway, look. To the point.
Going to hell.
Why does Cody need to go to WWE? See, this is the problem. See, if you start something on your own, you should stick with it instead of thinking you got to prove something in whack ass wrestling entertainment.
No, that's not true. Here's what it is.
If it was me, I wouldn't have to prove. I wouldn't go there to prove shit to nobody, because I wouldn't need Vince. If I'm getting less money, that's fine. I mean, if it comes down to money, then that's just greed. But like you said, you're right. Yeah, Moxley doesn't need $6 million, but CM Punk is making more. And then Moxley was out with rehab for a while and he came back. So why? And the thing is, I only think those guys are getting $6 million and more is because they're ex-WWE stars. But the thing is, see, even though they're known faces, when they come to a different environment, the crowd's into them at least for a while. But it's like the hype wears off real quick or months down the road. And it's like, okay, he's here. What now? And same thing is going to happen to Cody. See, everybody's saying Cody now, and when he debuts, yeah, it's going to be all hype and everything, just like Ronda Rousey. And months from now, it's like, okay, we see Cody. Who cares? That's the pattern.
To piggyback off that.
Hold on. So I'm gonna say what I have to say real quick. I'm gonna let Snug go, and I'm gonna let you go after Snug. So okay, I just want to say this one quick thing. Like the difference of Ronda Rousey is that this one that she's doing right now, she feels, and she's just so uninterested. You can sense that shit. She don't even want to fucking be.
Oh yeah, she was told to smile and shake hands. She was told.
Yeah, that. she's not feeling this shit at all. Her last show was much better. Go ahead, Snugs. What you was gonna say?
I was gonna say, like, with Cody, like, I know people are mad at him because he's switching companies and that he said all this shit, but like, my thing is, like, things in between there change, things happen, and like that's why Vince always leaves that door open, because he knows, like, things ain't always gonna pan out the way how you think they are, even if the beginning seems to be so fruitful. So like he's Cody must have went through something behind closed doors with AEW, or maybe it could be that he just didn't like the way how creatively the company was going. And maybe he felt like, if I was going to do this shit, might as well go back to WWE if they're going to go the way how they're going. Because, like, I could see him saying that. Like, oh, the way how the direction that AEW is going, I should just go back to WWE because that's exactly what they're doing. I don't blame him for going back to WWE.
Or it could be this. It could be this. Like what me and Nate was talking about once upon a time on one of the Council Roundtable episodes. What if this dude had hit his ceiling? Cody Rhodes. He hit his ceiling. Yep. Like, how much time is he gonna win the fucking TNT title?
Yeah.
He probably was trying to tell this dude, Tony Khan, like, yo, okay, I know I said what I said from before, but like, maybe it's time for me to step up and have some new opponents. Maybe turn heel and go for the big strap. And Tony Khan's probably trying to tell him, like, nah, because remember, he don't got creative control anymore. None of them do. Tony Khan got all creative control.
Cody never had creative control.
Yes, he did.
I think he had control of the storylines.
Yes, he did. Yeah. He had control. I think
he never started because Cody never had control over who went over.
They had creative control on their characters and the stuff that they were doing. TK still decided who went over. Jericho talked about this in Talk is Jericho when AEW first started. Okay. The beginning of AEW, 2019, right before COVID, Jericho said that it was like a private, like right now we got a private roundtable of us five, right? Jericho said on the show, it was him, Cody, Brandy, Kenny, the Bucks, TK. And they had like this little private text thing on their phone where like every Sunday or Saturday, they would just like communicate via this text on what they were going to do on, the next Dynamite or whatever. And it worked. And then when everything went to hell was when they did that Dark Order segment that was really lame. That was the last Dynamite of 2019. That was one of the few times where NXT beat them straight up. Remember? That was Rhea Ripley. She beat Shayna Baszler. Big celebration. I think Adam Cole had a match with Matt Riddle or something like that. That was like one of the few times NXT beat them straight up. And after that, TK put the kibosh. And from that point on, he was like, I'm going to just do full, like, he took over. So TK has had 100% creative control ever since. And that was when it started. So going into 2020.
Cody said in an interview he's never had any control over booking as it pertains to who goes over and who gets a title shot and stuff like that. That's all I've been saying. And the point that I'm trying to make is that Cody never cared for. He knew that he couldn't have control over if he goes over or not, because it would be a conflict of interest. Because he's in a position of power.
So before Tony Khan came along, then who had control? I'm saying because Tony Khan was always there.
I mean, put it to like
all of them did.
I'll put it to like this: he can have say as to like ideas on what to do with the show, but I'm talking about like as it pertains to who wins and who loses. That's not in Cody's power.
Well, this is
Cody wasn't the booker. No.
So
this is my last take on Cody.
Wait.
Who had power?
Hold on, wait, relax. Hold on, I got it. Like this basically how it went down, right? The Elite, they only had creative control. And I forgot, I think Cho said it from he just said it not too long ago. Yeah. And this dude, Tony Khan, he was just the booker. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that who basically was bringing in the talent or hiring the talent, and who's the ones that was getting over in storylines, matches, etc. But when these dudes started getting out of control, the elite, like bringing in bums and all that shit, and matches not making no sense, because there was a time when let's not bullshit this. There was times when shit was questionable.
Well, to piggyback off Sandman,
like with the whole hold on, like with the whole what's that, the death match?
The Dark Order. That's what you're talking about.
Dark Order, the death match.
This is what you're talking about. This is what Sandman's talking about. I got to give an example so people know what Sandman's talking about, because I remember people on Twitter were bitching about this. Okay, see, the thing about it is, and this is what a lot of AEW haters don't want to hear. The elite are very selfless. When AEW first started, they were putting people over, and people on Twitter were pissed because it was like, wait a minute, I thought you guys were going to like be the big stars. Like, remember when Kenny lost, he was supposed to fight Mox, and then Mox couldn't fight. So then he fought Pac. Remember Pac debuted, right? And then Pac beat him. And people were like, wait, Kenny lost. And then he fought Mox, and then in the lights out match, and then Mox beat him. And remember when they did that, when they introduced the AEW tag team titles and they did a tournament, the Young Bucks lost in the first round to Private Party. And people were like, what the fuck? Right, Overrated. And then Cody, he lost to who did he lose to? He lost to MJF. And then the point is that a lot of the big members of the elite, they were losing big matches, but that was their choice. They were losing because they were trying to put over the new guys, because the Bucks were like, people don't know who Private Party is. Let's put them over. Kenny was like, well, people know who Pac is from WWE, but it'll make a bigger splash if I lose. So then people were like, oh, well, you guys are supposed to be a big deal or whatever, So then going into 2020, that was when you started seeing, the elite guys start going over, because Hangman and Kenny were tag team champions, and then Cody was TNT champion, and then Kenny won the AEW title. So sometimes it's like fans don't know what they want, because it's like fans say they want to see new guys, but then at the same time, it's like, yeah, you want to see new guys, but in order for new guys to get over, established people have to lose to put them over. And that's exactly what was happening in the beginning, and fans were bitching. So it's like damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Well,
so
you made a valid point. You did make a valid point, but I was talking about the reason why Tony Khan has stripped these dudes from power when they came to certain matches, like that death match and shit. Who was it? Kenny Omega and this dude. Who was it? Kenny Omega and Moxley, with that whole botch. Remember that botch explosion with the time bomb?
Yeah.
Shit like that. And remember the shit when this dude Jericho had did that spot when he fell. He supposedly had fell to his death from this dude MJF. And this shit looked so fake, like he landed
cardboard.
I can't wait for MJF to go to WWE.
Mattress.
He's not going to WWE. He on crack.
If MJF goes to WWE, that will be the end of MJF. Trust me.
I brought Kang up in the building, B.
Exactly.
What's good, y'all? What's good?
Hey, peace, Kang. Peace and blessings, brother.
What's good, y'all? What's up with y'all tonight?
We over here.
We're having a Cody Rhodes discussion of why or why not, or why he shouldn't have gone back to WWE.
Yeah, and we talking about Cody Rhodes, and Malik said that Scott Hall deserved to die.
Damn.
I've been saying he did it to himself. That's why I've been saying he did it to himself.
We on one tonight. Like
lots of people did it themselves.
Stand 10 toes down, but don't do that. You said, man, fuck that. And that's how you feel. That's how you feel. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got different opinions. If you say fuck that nigga, Scott Hall, fuck that nigga. Shit. Remember I said from before, I said I was smoking on an Animal pack. Like I say, fuck Animal from the Legion of Doom. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't feel sorry for the dude,
Nah, I want to roll up on the Jeff Jarrett pack when he go.
Damn,
Jeff Jarrett.
There you go. There you go.
Jeff Jarrett's okay. He cool.
Hey, but Sandman, think about this. As far as the so-called click, you notice there's two of them down now. One's dead. One had a heart condition. One had a heart issue, and he's seen on camera since.
So don't forget the one click member who tore his quad.
Well, he's still walking and breathing. So,
speaking of him, I'm starting to think that he's in worse shape than what they let knock. We ain't seen an appearance from this dude.
Who, Kevin?
We ain't seen Triple H.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, because he had a heart, he had medical issues.
The thing about Triple H, I'm telling you right now, and you can mark my words. When this happens, you're gonna come back and say, "Snuggles, you were right." I guarantee you, this whole time Triple H has been away, it's because he's finding a way to come back to the ring to at least get one or two more matches.
I don't think so. No. You had a heart issue. If to get in the ring is suicide.
Yeah, that's what they told Mickey Rourke, and guess what happened to him? He went back right in the ring.
That was the movie, but that was a movie character. That wasn't real life.
Now the thing is, they had that bad Saudi match with Taker and Kane and him and HBK, so I don't want to see him in the ring no more.
Nah, that he's done matches.
I'm just saying that I think the doctors told Triple H, you need to rest. Don't worry about it. Look at this. Even Vince told people in NXT, anybody who calls Triple H, don't talk to him about work. Don't mention anything about work. Don't say nothing.
Yeah, because he's going to come back.
His last photo.
Let's really be real. This is the reason why Triple H ain't on TV right now. I heard that dude look crazy. Like he lost a lot of weight. A lot.
Right, so he don't want to be seen.
Like a Cody right now.
That's exactly my point. He's shedding the weight and he's gonna put muscle on it. Good job, Triple H. I can't wait to see him come back.
No, he's not.
This nigga looking like Terry Funk out there. He looking kind of crazy.
Telling you, man, that comeback that Triple H is gonna have is crazy, and he's gonna have a great entrance. I can't wait.
It's been like a year, man. Like
it's been over a year, man.
You didn't get a picture. We ain't get a picture of a wheelchair.
His last picture he took. Look, his last picture he took. WWE bought some property for a facility, and he was on the site because he was seen when wearing a suit and a hard hat. That's the last photo. And I think that was probably before the medical issue. That was the last time we saw him.
I think his last appearance on WWE TV was one of those pandemic shows. Before the Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Before the Thunderdome.
I'm telling you, Triple H is going to come back, especially now that Cody's coming to the WWE. He's got to come back. And I'm telling you, that's going to be a perfect opponent.
We got to have I I'll give you that, Snugs. That's the only way he should come back. That should be the only way he should come back to fight Cody Rhodes. You heard it here. You heard it here in the Council Roundtable. Snug said the only way Triple H should come back in the ring is if he fights Cody Rhodes. We could all agree on that.
And you know what?
Yeah, he's going to fight Seth Rollins.
I'm going to say this too. Triple H need to bury him. I condone that burial.
You know Triple H is going to bury him, and then after that, he's going to turn into Stardust.
I see why Kane said the burial. That's because years ago on AEW when he took the sledgehammer and broke that throne and had that money. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Paul Levesque hasn't forgotten that. So
Triple H should go over because Cody left, and because of that WWE should win.
Cool, right? Like y'all know that, right?
Cody ain't getting no dub. Not over 100.
No, I'm putting money on Triple H.
They're not beefing anymore. Like y'all.
This the only burial I endorse.
Yeah, they're cool,
right.
But
they said Cody and Triple H have been talking for months anyway. They were talking for months.
They made up like a year ago.
You see, that was old Triple H. That was old school Triple H when they came to the McMahon Helmsley era. Oh God, he was petty as fuck. The beef would have been dead.
Cody and Triple H made up like a year ago. The beef is over.
But we don't know that technically, so let them go out there and use it.
He already said it. It's
stop reading the internet.
That's PR. That's PR right there.
That's not PR. That's Cody literally shared the tweet.
No. So that's the whole point. Let them keep fighting. Like they'll probably put another tweet and say, I still can't stand you.
Triple H almost died. He's done.
He's not. Undertaker died like 4 times and he still came back.
Undertaker didn't have a massive heart attack.
You wouldn't want to see Triple H go against Cody
Triple H is not wrestling again. It's over.
Undertaker got engulfed in flames.
There's one more.
He's not having a match unless they do
something. He gonna probably
on his heart. He's done.
Right, yeah, because his heart won't take the that strenuous activity in the ring no more. That's done.
Until he gets training.
No.
We talked about this.
He probably can't even train in the gym that much.
Y'all know how WWE is. WWE uses those dumbass medical terms because that's just what they do. We talked about this on a few episodes ago. How many times have you watched WWE and it's like, oh, we found someone was attacked backstage and they were taken to a local medical facility instead of just saying they went to a fucking hospital. What did they say about Triple H? They said Triple H had a cardiac event. He didn't have no cardiac event.
And Jerry King Lawler died at ringside. He came back the next couple of weeks to do commentary.
He didn't die. He legitimately had a heart attack on camera. That was.
He died and came back to life. Like, where my cheeseburger?
At least this dude did see, this is my point. Because at least the dude did a video. We ain't seen nothing to Triple H in almost a year.
Exactly.
That people don't talk about.
I'm telling you, I heard Triple H
This has been going on for years. This is the other thing people don't talk about. Remember, Triple H used to always do those conference calls before a takeover, and what happened? He did.
Seen this dude in a minute.
That was before he even had the heart attack. The last conference takeover call he did was like one in 2020, and then it was like when everything was. It was like right when whenever Karrion Kross debuted, right when he debuted on Raw, and then Jeff Hardy beat him in like 2 minutes. Remember, he was supposed to have he had a match. He had a match against Samoa Joe, right? That whatever takeover that was, I think that was the last takeover. Really, yeah, it was. It was the last takeover. Triple H did not. He did not do a conference call. They didn't.
That's okay.
He didn't do a conference call. They didn't do a post-conference call. He didn't do an interview. He was gone.
Things happen.
Something ain't right, bro.
The next thing you know, you hear, "Oh, Triple H is a cardiac event." He didn't have no fucking cardiac event. He had a massive heart
attack. You don't know that?
He died.
And that's
he almost died.
He's sitting there, man. Look, that dude Triple H, like I said, he's pussy. You sitting there holding in all that damn stress. You holding in all that stress because this dude Vince McMahon was basically butt raping NXT.
What the fuck?
And you just stood there and you ain't fucking say nothing.
You ain't fight for the shit.
He can't do anything. He probably is. We just don't see it.
Nah. What happened?
Triple H.
Hold on, go ahead, Kane.
Now, Wabby lost his footing when Nick Khan ended up being his new buddy. So they kind of pushed Triple H out of the way.
Right, I was about to go there.
I don't know about all that.
I'll tell you who also fucked over Triple H. No one's talking about him. Nate already knows. The fucking bucktooth beaver asshole. Kevin Dunn.
Kevin Dunn. Kevin Dunn. Yeah. He got buck teeth for sure. He got Bugs Bunny teeth.
Yeah, the Dunn dude and the fucking Bruce Pritchard. Those two are allies.
Yeah, man, leave Bruce Pritchard alone.
No, listen. I'm being serious. I'm gonna say Pete Dunne, Kevin Dunn, and Bruce Pritchard.
They don't have a job for life.
Those two are allies of Nick Khan because Triple H has said point blank that he doesn't like Vince's people. Bruce is Vince's people. Dunn is Bruce's people, and they know that if Vince croaks, if he passes away or some shit, when Triple H takes over, they're gone. They're
Nate always says. They're
the first people that's going to get waxed. So it's within their best interest to side with Nick Khan because Nick Khan's going to take Triple H out of power. He's going to get in Vince's favor.
What power? Triple H don't got no power.
Triple H had power. I mean, remember, he was the son-in-law.
He's the COO. He's the CEO.
What I'm saying is,
Triple H is the dude that go get the Chinese food at lunch.
It was Shane O'Mac.
He's like, yo,
Shane fired himself.
What I'm saying is that Bruce Pritchard and the Dunn dude, they're going to fuck with Nick Khan because Nick Khan's going to fuck over Triple H. Nick Khan's going to look out for them. Nick Khan basically means more Vince guys.
Dunn is just a producer, and Triple H.
Nick Khan, he brings the bags. Like he orchestrated the Peacock deal. He got a lot of them bags from Saudi.
He orchestrated the Peacock deal, but Triple H will pedigree him.
A lot of people don't understand too. I'm sorry, my bad. Yo, hold on. I'm gonna let you go, Nate. I'm gonna let you go. A lot of people don't want to mention also this dude Nick did bring a lot of money to WWE, and then he definitely cleaned house because Dick may have fired some stars, but they fired a shitload of bums. They'll have a motherfucker on their roster that you never even heard before. This dude Vince McMahon was hoarding motherfuckers. He was hoarding anybody just so they don't go to AEW. Remember, he was hiring everybody. He would hire a fucking plastic bag rolling down the fucking street in the so he would go to AEW.
Yeah, so
and I bet you're right. I bet you that plastic bag debuted at the next week on AEW.
Yeah, he get over too.
Here's the list. All right, so basically,
Vincent won't let him to go.
Hold on, so go ahead, Nate. What you gonna say, Nate?
Oh man, this shit is too funny, dude. I'm telling you, if Triple H can't fire Dunn and Pritchard when Vince croaks, you know what it is? Triple H is planning his way to leave, and he's gonna take out Vince, Dunn, Pritchard, and everybody else.
But I don't understand why are you firing Dunn? Dunn's a producer. I mean,
he sucks. He doesn't even like wrestling. He shouldn't be a producer.
He fucks up at times. He fucks up at times. I'll admit that because like there's a moment where he remember when Edge made his return and then he speared Dolph Ziggler and the camera wasn't even on that spear. That's all I've done.
Garbage.
I got a list for Snugs and I got a list for everybody here because a lot of people just seem to brush off this cardiac event. Okay, listen.
This dude, man.
Having a heart attack out of the ass is extremely rare. It can happen. But when heart attacks happen 9 times out of 10, it's because you're stressed. So here is a list. Here is a list of all the things that happened in order. 1, NXT went head-to-head with AEW. 2, they got their ass kicked. 3, their ratings were declining. 4, lots of people were getting fired. 5, the Nick Khan stuff happened. 6, 2.0 change. 7, whatever shit he's doing, going through with Stephanie, Shane, and all that stuff. It adds up. All the signs there.
You could also have a heart attack from pressure. Like you ever had the bases loaded with 2 outs and you're the guy at the plate? Like that's a heart attack right there.
He works for Vince McMahon.
Triple H caught a heart attack because he sat there and didn't say nothing to Vince McMahon and it drove him crazy. That's why I say he's pussy because he didn't want to sit there and say he didn't say, yo, Vince, no, Vince, stop.
We don't know that.
Nothing. He just sat there and took it up the ass.
We don't know that.
They got HBK working 45 hours a week now.
Yeah, but
HBK works over in NXT, UK
NXT. But Triple H has stated before in plenty of interviews
Shawn Michaels ain't go home yet.
He's stated in plenty of interviews where he said this is Vince's company, so at the end of the day, Vince has the final say, no matter what. Triple H has brought up examples of where he's fought for an idea, but Vince has turned it down, no matter how good the idea was.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter now that it doesn't matter that even if go ahead.
We all know that this dude. We all know this dude Vince gets the last word. We all know that, but it's like, yo, come on, my dude. Like it's all of y'all and only one of him. You know what I'm saying? Yes, men are not.
The spirit of Katie Vick caused Triple H heart attack.
Y'all gonna sit there and constantly take the bullshit for all these years.
Well, yeah, because it's
and the thing is, Sandman, Triple H married into the family, so he's supposed to love the business.
The only 2 people that want to smoke with Vince McMahon was Bret Hart and my dude Nails. Put my 2 Nails in the fucking Hall of Fame and stop playing.
Who's Nails? Yeah, I'm just saying, like
that didn't last long. Back in the '80s, I remember he was like an inmate. No, but Sandman.
Everybody else is scared of this dude, Vince McMahon.
But Sandman, look.
People's lives. He won a lot of people's lives.
He sure did.
They'll go on a video shoot or whatever the case may be, and they'll be like, "Oh, Vince McMahon is a great guy." He's no
great guy, please.
He's just a great guy.
That's what make Cody look like a sucker
for the media. No, but look, Sandman,
Cody look like a sucker.
Triple H married to the family. He wanted all his fame and power and said he loves the business. I guess the business doesn't love him back because
he got
as Snugs just said, all that pressure, and Vince was putting pressure on him to do better on NXT when AEW was kicking their ass.
It could be that he had,
like I said, Triple H is very simple.
Or maybe he overworked himself and he's not used to this kind of overworking.
I mean, NXT, he was constantly working, constantly traveling. He can't take that, and you getting older too. Of course, the Hawk could take that. So I'm pretty sure the doctor told him just to rest. He's somewhere resting. And like, think about it. It isn't like he's broke. He's got plenty of money. He doesn't have to work, so he's probably somewhere just chilling.
Because you gotta remember, Vince has been doing it his whole life, so he's used to this kind of thing, which is why, like every WrestleMania weekend, Vince doesn't go to sleep.
Which is why I wonder why he hasn't had a heart attack and he's older. I don't see why. I'm praying for the day that he has a heart attack.
But look at Joe Paterno. Joe Paterno was he was like 90 years old. As soon as he got fired, a week after he died. So like he needed that. That's what kept him alive. Same thing with Vince. I feel like the day that Vince takes a vacation, it's a wrap. So
I'm hoping the board of directors snuffs out Vince somehow because Vince got to go.
That's like the only purpose in life. But go ahead. Oh wait, hold on, y'all. Because I don't want to drown. I don't want everybody to get drowned out. King, you was gonna say I'm gonna have King go first, and then Nate, and then Toph. All right. So
cool.
Let them say their piece real quick, y'all.
Cool. Now I want to shoot on something that I seen yesterday that I thought was pretty cool. Like I like how Kevin Owens is really pushing that line to antagonize Stone Cold, and I had somebody tell me, I think Stone Cold gonna put Kevin Owens over. I said, shit, you don't even know Stone Cold, man. He eating that stunner.
Hell yeah.
Kevin Owens ain't stunning Stone Cold in Texas. I'm like, shit.
Like, man, look.
Fuck that.
They're not gonna bring out this dude Stone Cold after all these years just to get stunned by Kevin Owens. Because you got people like this. We all gonna want to see that bear bash celebration.
Nah. I mean, especially when it's the main event.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, especially if that's the main event. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna want to see.
Yeah, you gonna get Stone Cold ain't taking no ass whipping in his backyard at WrestleMania.
Oh, who knows? This dude might put him over. He might in a different way.
Yeah.
Instead of beating him up, he might pass the torch to him. You know, pass the torch to this dude Kevin Owens. Share a beer with him. Be like, hey, you know, they crack the beer together, and then they drink it together, and then you know what comes next. He's gonna Stone Cold stun Kevin Owens.
Yeah, and see, I like how it's really bringing he's showing his real nature of, you know, being an antagonizer, because you really need it and to pull it off real well in an original way.
Right.
But going back to Mania other than that, I'm not really too enthused about it. Like for some odd reason.
Hell no.
I'm enthused about WrestleMania fully. You got Charlotte Flair versus Ronda. You got Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Kevin. You may have an Undertaker appearance. I mean, I think you're going to, because he's going to be in the Hall of Fame, but I think he might have a match. Who knows? You also have Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville in a Falls Count Anywhere, no holds barred match. Come on.
He's saying this shit like it's a super card right now.
Yeah.
Come on, you don't hear Johnny Knoxville?
I'm trying to figure out a way I'm not going to get fired at work for falling asleep on Saturday.
Come on, I like this WrestleMania card, man. You got Becky Lynch versus
Becky Lynch. I'm not gonna lie, like she's starting to get on my nerves now.
What? I love Becky.
Like, what's a real like? I ain't gonna lie, I still ain't forgive her for straight up burying Bianca Belair.
I don't mind that.
Forgive her for that. She ruined Bianca Belair.
She didn't ruin her. She
ruined her. My
Bianca got what she deserved.
SummerSlam, she got ruined. Like all the casual fans, that was fucking with Bianca Belair. Don't fuck with her like that no more.
She got manhandled. She got manhandled slammed, to be exact.
Fuck out of here. That shit was funny as hell.
That was garbage.
That shit was funny, and I didn't mind it.
Hold on. Go ahead, Nate.
But the Triple H, the spirit of Katie Vick caused a heart attack. Triple H. No, Kane don't play around. He fuck his old girlfriend. So there you go. But no, Vince McMahon, Kevin Dunn, they need to go. You know, I feel bad for Triple H. I never liked him as a wrestler. I didn't like the backstage politics shit. No, I never did. He fucked over Booker T. He fucked over Booker T.
You know how long Triple H got fucked over by WWE because he had that hug with the Click?
Well, the curtain call really fucked Triple H over. So, but whatever. But anyways, I feel bad because he basically built NXT and Richard and all that. What the hell going on?
Okay, go ahead, Nate.
Anyways, yeah, NXT just got torn apart by Vince and Pritchard and shit like that, and Dunn, whatever. But I feel bad for Triple H on that aspect. So, like I said, I wish Triple H would leave, start his own company, or invest in a company or something, because he has passion for wrestling. and stuff, especially like old like tag teams or WCW style booking or something like that. You know, I just feel bad for Triple H on that aspect. But,
I don't think he has passion for wrestling.
I think about to give Triple H Ring of Honor.
I think the only thing Triple H, the only thing Triple H has passion for is his bank accounts. That's all. That's one thing all of them has passion
for. There's nothing wrong with Triple H. Triple H is one of the greatest heels of all time.
I agree.
One of the greatest pieces of shit of all time too. Agree. So he may be a good heel, but
all these superstars we talk about
too. I mean, at least I believe.
Stone Cold, The Rock, Taker, they wouldn't be as over as much if it wasn't for Triple H.
I disagree. I think Stone Cold got himself over as the Taker. See, Triple H didn't great. Triple H didn't take those characters.
To get over. Triple H needed
China. What you said?
I said that's a fair argument because every babyface needs a great antagonizer, and Triple H, he did his part from 1999 to 2001.
I would, I would say The Rock would not be who he is without Triple H. Austin would be fine.
That's not true because Austin, The Rock had Austin, The Rock had Taker, The Rock had Rikishi, The Rock.
Forget, man.
I got a more valid question.
Austin had Brett. Austin had Brett, and he had Vince, the Mr. McMahon feud. Brett and McMahon, that was all he needed.
That's what I'm saying. Rock had other people.
Here's a more valid question. Who made Stone Cold more, Triple H or Brett?
Undertaker.
I think
Triple H
Brett
had nothing to do with Austin. What?
Brett.
That's a horrible
Undertaker.
question.
Brett brought the best out of Austin.
Wait, hold on, Tove. How's that a horrible question? Who made this dude more, Triple H?
Triple H has had nothing to do with Austin's rise. That's why that's a horrible question.
Reject this name.
Triple H needed fucking China to get over. So I don't give a fuck.
Hold on, wait. I'm talking about, all right. When it comes to the different eras. Because remember, these dudes had a real heated rivalry. Triple H and Stone Cold. Remember when this came back?
I don't know what you're talking about, dude. All I know is Stone Cold became a star after the Bret Hart.
Dude, there was a weekly...
The WrestleMania 13 submission match. Austin was a made man after that.
Hold on. There was a cold year where like Stone Cold was just stunning Stephanie for a whole year straight, and Triple H was the one out there to defend her.
Dude, Stone Cold was a main eventer when Triple H was a mid-carder. Triple H has nothing to do with Austin. Nah. You're way off there. Now,
Austin was over in ECW.
If you want to say,
come on, I did it for The Rock.
Just remember, there was a match between British Bulldog.
I did it for The Rock storyline.
Just remember, there was a match between British Bulldog and Triple H was the champion. And remember, The Rock was a special guest referee. The winner of that match was supposed to face Stone Cold, who was not even the fucking champion. So,
you guys you're completely glossing over 97 and 98, dude. You're glossing over 97.
Hold on, wait.
Austin was the main guy.
Maybe you know what I'm saying. If I'm a man of my word. If I fucked up, I fucked up. What I meant to say, let me reword it. His greatest rivalries. One of his greatest. Let me reword. You know what I'm saying? Because I said it wrong from before. Now, I would say yes. This dude, Triple H and Bret Hart. That was his greatest, like his top 5 or 2 of his top 5 greatest rivals. Because Triple H and Stone Cold had some crazy.
Triple H, with all due respect to Triple H, he would be at the bottom. Austin rivalries would be Austin. No, listen, Austin's rivalry, Austin rivalries is Austin McMahon, Austin Brett, Austin Rock, and then Austin Triple H would be like.
Here's your problem.
That's what I said. Top 5.
Yeah. Here's a problem. Triple H. Okay. Triple H is goated though.
Because I was about to say, I thought you meant like
I never said Triple H was not a goat. I just simply said that he doesn't have anything to do with Austin. Now, if you want to say The Rock would not be a top guy without Triple H, I'm willing to have that conversation. Rock would not be where he is if not for Triple H.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I worded it wrong. That's what I was trying to say.
I don't know. I don't think The Rock would be The Rock if it wasn't for his gimmick change.
I agree. I don't think Triple H. Y'all giving Triple H too much credit on other characters.
99 and 2000 was nothing but Rock Triple H. That was the feud of the year. Rock Triple H.
Yeah, they had to carry because Stone Cold got hurt.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what Stone Cold.
And I remember, because when Triple H turned heel at the time, him and Stone Cold was a heel because that's when he started doing the what thing, and they were the 2-man power trip.
y'all want to talk about Triple H? Here are people that Triple H made. It didn't always work out, but these are the people Triple H made. Triple H made Rock. Triple H made Batista. Triple H made Orton. Triple H did put over Jeff Hardy. It didn't work out because Jeff got in trouble, but he did put over Jeff Hardy. He did give Sheamus a rub. He didn't lose to him at WrestleMania, but he did give Sheamus a rub. Those are like the 5 names that come to mind.
Hey, as far as Sheamus goes, Sheamus was his buddy anyway because Sheamus used to carry his bag, so Sheamus was already an ass kisser.
I'm just saying, like Triple H has what you call it? He's put over what's his name? Daniel Bryan.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah,
he
made Daniel Bryan.
Kind of shocking.
Yeah, but I can't say Triple H made Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan was already a made guy.
He was already made.
Daniel Bryan was
already overrated.
Daniel Bryan was
I would say this about that. Daniel Bryan was a made man, but I ain't gonna lie. Evolution put this dude on the next level.
Daniel Bryan
was overrated.
Daniel Bryan was one of the few people that beat John Cena clean as a face. How many people?
That was horrible. That was horrible, Taker.
What kind of drug testing they got in Atlanta down there? What kind of drug test you guys got in Georgia? Drug test tomorrow.
Taker beat Cena cleanly, and that's because he can.
Well, Cena sucks.
Of course, yeah. That's one of the very few who beat Cena. Everybody else who fought Cena, their careers were on the toilet. Bray Wyatt.
You gotta have. King, talk to us, King.
The only way you can do that is you gotta have that juice behind you. That's how you get. You gotta have that juice. You gotta have that political stroke.
Jinder Mahal juice.
There's no
Triple
way.
H had all the political stroke in the world.
Yo, so I never got my final take on Triple H. So
but see, The Rock, putting over. See, I like this topic of putting people over because even with The Rock, he's probably one of the most unselfish guys ever. Like this motherfucker, he was putting over Al Snow and Billy Gunn and
Goldberg,
and Boss Man and
Goldberg.
I like like he didn't play power.
He put over Goldberg. Like I don't even think Goldberg did it.
Goldberg was already Goldberg.
Right.
It did nothing.
Here's my final take on Triple H because Nate says something, King says something. I'm going to piggyback off Nate. Nate says he feels sorry for Triple H. Do I feel sorry for Triple H?
Yeah.
I am 50-50 on Triple H.
Wow.
I don't feel sorry for him at all.
I do.
Yo, Exo got no chill tonight.
On one end,
it's not chill. I just know what kind of person he is. Like Scott Hall, I ain't got no man. Feel sorry for him. I understand. It's that whole clique.
Let me say my piece.
Go ahead.
On one hand,
sorry, Cole. Go ahead.
I do feel for Triple H because, like Nate said, Triple H is a wrestling fan. All jokes aside, he is a wrestling fan. And he proved that, for better or worse, Triple H proved that there was a contingent of fans out there that were not satisfied with the main roster product. And he proved with NXT that an alternative can exist. So seeing what happened to him, seeing all the people attached and associated to him get laid off and fired, like I do feel sorry for him. Where I don't feel sorry for him is when you look at his career and everything he's done is karma. Because Triple H was the one that was behind the Montreal screw job. He was the one that screwed Brett. It was his idea. And Brett's ex-wife said, what comes around goes around. She said that.
Not according to Vince.
Shadows documentary. So, and not only that, but the whole NXT thing, like as awesome as NXT was, people forget. TakeOver. The name was called TakeOver for a reason. Triple H was killing the indies. He damn near killed the UK scene. He poached Impact. He poached Ring of Honor. He poached New Japan.
According to Vince, that was a Vince idea.
All he really did was he proved that there was an alternative scene, and that alternative scene became AEW. So in the end, Black and Gold NXT became developmental for AEW. NXT was the hot thing until it wasn't. So to see everything backfire on him is karma, really. It's karma.
I don't even. No, it ain't karma. You can't say it's karma after 40. You can't say karma after 40 years. No, that's the thing.
Yes, you can say it's karma. Nah, because in those 40 years, the shit he did to get to where he is, it's karma.
Watch this.
It's karma.
It's karma he deserves.
It's karma for China. It's karma for burying people.
Oh, now it's karma for China and everything.
Yes, it is.
Hell yeah, especially for her.
Talk your
Okay,
shit, Toe.
Okay, watch this. So what about Scott Hall?
To kill AEW is karma for everything. Everything he's done, it all caught up to him.
Okay, yeah.
Same thing with Scott Hall. Everything he did caught up to him.
It was a karma before the heart attack, but like now he has a heart attack. Now it's a karma thing.
The heart attack was the last
out of
straw.
here.
The heart attack was the last straw because the firings only happened after he had the heart attack. Vince waited. He waited.
I don't believe it.
To get sick, and then he.
You had me with everything else, but to say it's karma, like that's like saying Scott Hall is karma because, like, he had a whole. Hold on, you finish.
His damn so karma on Scott Hall. He decided to drink. He decided to drink all the beers and drugs.
I'll wait.
I want to make something very clear to you. I'm not saying I'm a fan of 2.0.
All right.
I'm not saying I'm a fan of Vince. I don't like what Vince. Listen, there are no good parties here. Okay, Team Vince, Team Triple H, both of them are assholes. Both of them are pieces of shit. It just
that ain't got nothing to do with karma.
Understands what wrestling fans want.
Yes, it do.
That's everything to do with karma. What are you talking about?
Nah, I can't fucking explain if y'all keep interrupting me.
Stop taping. Taping.
I was finishing up. What I was saying was that both Vince and Triple H are assholes. It just so happens that Triple H, he understands what wrestling fans want. Vince doesn't. And I think for years, okay, this is the thing, okay, before people need to just fucking put AEW in their rearview mirror. Before AEW was even a pimple on a donkey's ass, Vince was waiting to do this. How many fucking years did we see a takeover go toe to toe with, like, takeover was on Saturday and then whatever WWE pay-per-view was on Sunday, right? How many times did those takeovers just blow away whatever the main roster did? And everyone,
not too many.
NXT
every time.
I don't know about every time, not every time.
Vince McMahon is a very competitive person. You think Vince liked that? You think Vince liked being outshined?
Which is crazy, man. Because that's more money in your pocket. Like, why would you want to compete?
Vince hated that. Vince hated
you don't know that.
Triple H.
This is all made up narrative. This is all made up narrative because this is why it's all made up. Because y'all act like y'all were in the room and can hear this man's thoughts.
Well, hold on, I'm gonna let you go after that. I'm gonna let you go, Snuggs. Right after I say this, Snuggs, it's a WWE funded company. How you can sit there and say we don't know Vince McMahon isn't profiting off of that?
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. See, this is why the fuck I can't have these conversations because y'all don't listen.
Go ahead.
So I was talking about. I was saying that he's you don't know what he's thinking as it pertains to, like, whether or not this is good for the company, whether or not he. Hold on,
so whether to be clear, are you saying whether you know what Vince is thinking?
God, I'm gonna try this again. And hopefully we can get this under control. Once again, Vince McMahon, y'all were just saying that Vince McMahon, he thinks this, he thinks that. I'm telling y'all don't know that because y'all not in the room to hear this man's thoughts. Y'all don't know if he likes NXT or not. Y'all don't know when Triple. Y'all don't know if when Triple H was running it and NXT was doing as good as the main roster. Y'all don't know if Vince McMahon didn't like that or not.
Yes, we do.
All right. So if why did he change it if that was the case, Snuggs?
I don't know. Just because he changed it doesn't mean that's what it is.
This is how we know that Vince doesn't care. Von Wagner's making a cameo on SmackDown, and Pat McAfee says, "Who's that guy?"
That doesn't mean he doesn't care. That's Pat McAfee being Pat McAfee.
Karrion Kross is the NXT champion, and he's an undefeated monster who loses to Jeff Hardy in 3 fucking minutes.
He's not beating Jeff Hardy.
Everything you need to know.
He's not beating Jeff Hardy.
He lost to Jeff Hardy in 3 minutes.
Everybody was beating Jeff Hardy at that time.
That's the problem.
He was chasing a 24/7 title.
The thing with Karrion Kross, this is the only fuck up with Karrion Kross with that debut. It should have been a longer match. He should lose, but it should have been a longer match. Meaning that
champion of a brand should not lose.
Yes, because there's levels to this. There's levels to this. You're not going to go to the main. Hold on. Stop right now.
Stop right now. On your brand.
You're not gonna go to the main roster and start defeating former champions like you Mr. Kennedy. All right, that's not gonna fucking happen. All right, you're gonna go to the main roster and you're gonna
not lose like a jobber in 3 minutes.
If Karrion Kross, that's what I agree with you on.
Okay.
That's what I agree with you on. I agree. Like I said, he should lose, but it shouldn't have been that quick of a match. It should have been a longer match. That's the only thing I have an issue with. Other than that, the debut was fine.
All I'm saying is the fact that the NXT champion, who was undefeated, the fact that he lost in that way, that tells us 2 things.
Hurts the draw power.
It shows us 2 things. One, Vince clearly did not pay attention to the NXT.
I don't know about paying attention.
He didn't.
I could put it to you like this.
He did not pay attention.
Maybe there was things brewing in behind the scenes, because you got to remember the things that we see on TV. There's things that are brewing before, like weeks before it ever happens. Because like maybe Karrion Kross was on the verge of on his way out, and they were just like, "Well, this is throw him out there."
Kross. We've seen this for years. We've seen NXT people. We've seen NXT people get called up with completely different characters. Completely different characters. So we know that Vince does not pay attention to NXT. The fact that Kross lost in that way as champion tells me one of 2 things, or both. One, he doesn't watch NXT and he did not know that Karrion Kross was undefeated, or as Sandman just said, he did not care.
Or maybe they had an argument backstage.
I'll build on top of that. Remember when these dudes DIY was going through the heated feud? Ciampa and Gargano, and then he brought them up to the main roster as DIY
they was cooked
in the middle of their heated robbery.
Wait, who?
Ciampa and Gargano.
They were public enemy status when they got on.
I don't really care for Gargano like that. I don't give a fuck about him.
Hold on. Go ahead, Kang. What you saying, Kang?
I said when they got on the roster, they were public enemy status.
I don't really care for Gargano that much. There's rumors that he may go to AEW.
I don't care for him either, but the bottom line is that Ciampa and Gargano were in a blood feud, and they just no-sold it, and they were tag teaming on Raw like nothing happened.
They put them on. They were Rock and Johnny Grunge status when they got up there.
I agree with that. When people go to the main roster, they fuck up a lot of shit. But the problem that I'm having is like we don't know what Vince is thinking. We don't know what Vince is saying or what he's trying to when he thinks about NXT.
Look, you are an intelligent. Listen. All of us here, okay? We may not always agree.
Vince got to get his man a job.
I think this. I'm telling you, he's WWE's lawyer over here.
Listen.
No, I don't like the fact that we're sitting up here and we're saying. Hold on, we're sitting up here saying what we don't know.
Period of time. If you've been watching WWE for any period of time, you know how things go. Okay, we don't need to be a fly in the room to know where somebody is.
Yeah, we do for certain things.
Day one at day one, right? I mean, hopefully he gets better. At the day 1 pay-per-view, you had a fatal 5-way. You had Brock Lesnar, Lashley, Big E, who was champion, Owens, Rollins. Fatal 5-way. That means it's 1 fall to a finish. It's not an elimination match. First person that gets pinned wins.
What's wrong with that?
Goes over. Brock could have pinned anybody. He could have pinned Rollins that wouldn't have hurt him. He could have pinned Owens that wouldn't have hurt him. Okay, now he wasn't going to pin Lashley because they were going to set up Brock Lashley. So you couldn't pin Lashley. So that would mean you got to pin Owens, you got to pin Rollins, or you got to pin Big E, who was the WWE champion. Who took the fucking pin? Big E took the pin. Big E didn't have to take the pin. The fact that he took the pin, that tells you where Vince sees him. And after Big E takes the
pin, if Big E didn't take the pin, then he would be in a championship match right after that.
After Big E lost, after he took the pin, all of a sudden he's back on SmackDown teaming with Kofi as if the run never happened.
Yeah, because he lost. He lost.
That tells you that Vince doesn't see E as a guy on that level. That's just
not anymore. And that's not Vince's fault. That's the fans' fault.
How's the fans' fault?
What? You have to go through a whole bunch of months of how y'all shitted on Big E for being a boring and not realistic champion, and then when Vince was like, "Oh, let me see what they're saying,"
They didn't have a plan for Big E. That's all it was, man. It wasn't the fans. They had no plan for Big E. There was
no plan. They had a plan. The fans weren't behind them because it was just like what we talked about earlier. How somebody debuts or becomes a champion, y'all all hyped about it for about a good 2 weeks, and then y'all boo him because y'all bored of it.
Bullshit, bro. I'm saying bullshit. I'm not taking your shenanigans tonight, okay? They did a tag team gauntlet match.
Shenanigans.
They did a gauntlet match the week before. What was it called? Tag Team Turmoil, where the winning team challenges for the WWE Tag Team titles. Lashley and MVP won, and they never got their shots. Then the very next week, they completely ignored that and said, hey, let's do Lashley versus Orton because fuck you. That's why. And then Lashley won, and then Big E cashed in, and they just completely ignored it. They rushed it.
That's how they fucked over Bobby. Oh, that's okay, though, because you know what? Bobby going to come back and beat Omos and then go fight the champion.
And are they really planning on doing that silly shit? They're gonna have him come back just to fight Omos.
I told you. I called it a few months ago. Omos versus Bobby. Omos versus Bobby.
How are you that pumped for that? Are you serious?
You were okay.
See that at WrestleMania.
You see, you gotta go back. You gotta go back a few months ago when there was a tag team match.
You gotta go back when
that's the match we're talking about. We're talking about the same.
It would have been better if this dude Omos would have been Bobby Lashley's bodyguard. That would have been so much better.
Nah. Let him run through.
Stubbs and I are talking about the same match. In the tag team turmoil, at one point, it was Lashley and MVP and AJ and Almost.
I remember that.
Yeah. Lashley and Almost were in the ring, and the crowd was into it.
Big reaction.
So we're talking about the same match. So he remembers that match, right?
Yeah.
The week after that, they ignored it, and they just had Big E cash in. That's what I mean when I said it was rushed.
That was horrible. Big E shouldn't have cashed in.
Right, we agree there.
But I'm okay with Big E being champion. I'm okay with Big E.
Big E should have still been on some real shit. It's crazy. You know what's crazy? Because what if he still had the Money in the Bank briefcase right now? What if he didn't cash in at that time and he held it till WrestleMania? And this happened with the whole Rich Holland incident.
Who would he cash on, though?
Yeah.
If he would have cashed it on Reigns, he would have been the man.
They did it.
I'm saying, check it. Like, y'all not hearing me, though. What would have happened with the briefcase if this dude would have still had? They
would have to do another Money in the Bank ladder match.
They would strip it and just do another one. That's what they would.
Or give it to Baron Corbin. Fuck it. Come on, he threw Mysterio off the roof.
Got to do with it now. If you just said something like give it to Ridge Holland, then that would have been.
I'll tell you what they would have did. Actually, you know what? As fucked up as it is, it probably would have made the WrestleMania card better. If Big E was still Money in the Bank, he would have had to forfeit it, and they would have a Money in the Bank match at Mania. That's what
that's where they should have Money in the Bank matches anyway. I missed the old fucking platform of having the Money in the Bank, because to me having the Money in the Bank at WrestleMania meant something, because that gave people who didn't have a WrestleMania match a chance to be on TV at WrestleMania.
I agree with you.
People went all out at WrestleMania Money in the Bank as opposed to just a Money in the Bank pay-per-view.
I always said it was stupid for them to take the Money in the Bank off the WrestleMania card. That was a dumb idea.
They started doing gimmick pay-per-views, and that's just what they're doing now, unfortunately. So,
but it makes sense though to take it out, because now, like, I don't think before you could cash in on WrestleMania. Now you can.
I'm still laughing because Chris said, "I'm not taking your shenanigans, Snuggles."
What did I do?
Yo, that was funny. That was some funny shit.
Didn't even do anything.
This dude Snuggles. Yo, you should. I'm gonna switch your name. Your name is WWE lawyer. You WWE. You David Otunga's understudy.
Yo, Sandman. Speaking of that, I know like no one gives a shit anyway. That's the dumbest part about the Authority. How the fuck did they do the Authority for so long? And you have a legit Harvard lawyer, and you don't make Otunga part of it.
He was kind of part of it, but he was kind of a jobber. He couldn't defend himself in the ring, so no matter what laws he brought up, he was going to get his ass whooped.
Well, he didn't have to have matches. He just could have been a mouthpiece for somebody, you know?
Yeah.
He was backstage with his big-ass turtlenecks and his coffee mugs.
Oh, yeah.
They got Clarence Mason. That was good, too, the Clarence Mason lawyer.
Oh, way yo. That's
Yo,
my
yo,
shit.
shout
I
out.
remember
Yo,
Clarence
that was
Mason.
my
Yeah.
low key. That was my dude. Like they was hating
Yeah.
on this dude. I remember remember the first time he came to the main roster and he was a GM, and like when motherfuckers tried to shake his hand, his entourage give him the hand sanitizer. Like, come on, be COVID. This before COVID came out.
Hey, yo.
Hand sanitizer. Like, fuck out.
Hey, yo, shout outs to everybody that recognized Otunga from I Love New York.
Yeah.
Karrion
I
Cross
can't
not
wait for
having
Chris
his valet
Masters.
hurt him too.
Yo,
Karrion
this
Cross.
dude, I see this dude Killer Cross about to come to MLW. Yo, MLW is on fire right now, as a matter of fact.
So is
I don't mean
CYN.
to shift gears, but we got to shift gears. Y'all watch MLW?
I don't,
I watch
but
every week. I do.
I've seen more CYN than I have MLW.
I watch MLB, Major League Baseball.
Oh fuck yeah, that's my shit.
Sin fucking damn. I don't really watch that. Like, you know, I watch clips here and there on Instagram and shit. But fucking MLW, man, this shit is pretty good. When y'all get the chance, check that shit out, man. This dude.
What does MLW stand for? Midlife Crisis Wrestling.
Major League Wrestling.
Major League Wrestling.
Nah, they got no old motherfuckers up in there. Like, as a matter of fact, speaking of old motherfuckers, Gangrel's supposed to show up.
Gangrel.
Yeah, Gangrel.
Oh yeah, Gangrel. Yeah.
Hey, I just want to say something really quick about Scott Hall and what Malik said. You got to remember too, Scott Hall killed a guy in 1983. He really never got over it. So him having drug relapse and alcohol relapses, I don't judge people. I let God do that. So just be careful who you judge in life because it might come back and get you one day.
Yeah, you'll end up like that one dude with Karma. What's his name?
Nah, fucking Nah, I ain't gonna lie on some real shit. I could appreciate this dude Malik saying how he really feels.
No, it's true. I don't mind, but
like I said, like going back to Animal.
Oh jeez.
Fuck that nigga.
going back to Triple Bitch.
I think the only wrestling.
What's that static in the back? What about that static in the back?
It's Snugs, man. He's eating his Wendy's or something. He's got a bag full of Wendy's.
Thank you.
Bag of
I
chips.
appreciate that, Snugs.
The only wrestling that has happened for me, where you know how it is, where like after someone dies, and you go on social media and you see like some picture with like angel wings and stuff like that. The only wrestler that died, where I was seeing people like say, oh, he's in heaven having a match with Randy Savage, where I was like, the fuck out of here. It was Warrior. Like, I love Warrior to death. I love Warrior to death, but like some of the shit that Warrior said, him and his bitch ass wife, they both some bitches.
Let's go there. He said, "Fuck Warrior. I would tap dance on his grave."
That's why. Listen, man. That's why he got inducted, because he knew. I truly believe that he knew his time was up. He knew that he was not long for this world.
He fucking cyanide himself. He had to kill himself with a pill.
Oh, but that's karma.
Weird.
What happened to him?
That's just weird.
And that's true. That's karma. What happened to him too?
Why you said Snugs?
No, I just don't. To me, karma is like it could be a few years, but like when I see something like, okay, somebody died from whatever, a heart attack, natural causes. Yeah, I want to say it's karma. I don't think that's karma, because it's like, bro, like what, life is karma? Like yes. Natural causes. Like dying.
No
we say karma. Karma doesn't apply to everybody when it comes to death. Like we talk about karma,
no.
It is when you treat people, it comes back to you tenfold.
No, like the way how I see it, like I don't know, I see it a little bit different from y'all. Like the way how I see karma, I just look at it like this: like if Hitler lived, right? Let's say Hitler never died, and he went on his whole life, and even though we all knew what he did was horrible. Let's say he passed away at the age of 85, and it was like natural causes. Y'all gonna say that's karma?
No.
You're funny.
No, because karma doesn't apply to that. That's just health. Karma, we're talking about.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. That what happened with Triple H was his health. It wasn't karma. It's his health.
No,
for him it was karma too.
It's because he's a fucking punk pussy.
What happened to Triple H was stress, which probably didn't help his heart, but a lot of the stress that he got.
All right. So what?
Yeah, stress and plus to me, stress plus karma.
What brings stress?
Work. It could be work expectations.
You're angry at somebody and you can't let it out. You hovering on them feelings.
$5 for gas. $5 for gas.
Or maybe he's getting to the point.
Hold on, my lady wanted to say something real quick. Excuse me, y'all. Go ahead, babe.
Not only Triple H had to work with this man and watch him basically rip fucking his NXT to shreds, he got to sit across at the dinner table with this nigga for Thanksgiving and Christmas and all these holidays and shit.
Hell yeah, yo.
That's
I know
true.
you want to
That's
just
a good
jump on
point.
that table and stab him with a steak knife. Like, you motherfucker, you killed my baby. The fuck? He had to hold all that shit in mind because Stephanie got us balls.
But I would love to be an invisible person and be in that household for one day and see what it's like.
Oh man.
I'm pretty sure Vince and him are cool.
Like, on some
Yeah,
real
right.
shit.
Yeah,
All right,
it's
like,
not, what are you
like,
smoking, man? You smoking something all the time.
We don't know.
Some of the stuff you say, I think you smoking some weed, something. Smoking something.
I do.
That's why I want to do a show like Sandman. What I was telling you. What if Vince McMahon went to jail for that steroid trial? How would WWE be so different?
He should have went to jail for Owen Hart's death.
Check it. Hold on, wait. Check it. Like me and Nate, we was actually talking about that earlier. Like, what if we start doing like what if Wednesdays? You know, from time to time. See how that shit goes. Like,
yeah.
What if Wednesdays when it comes to like wrestling? Yeah, like wrestling or movies, what may have you. You know, we just gonna shoot the shit when it comes to wrestling and movies. What if Wednesdays?
What if Ferris Bueller got caught by the principal and had to stay back 1 year? What if?
What if Stephanie McMahon got caught with two wrestlers in the shower?
Damn.
Yeah.
Yo,
Macho Man walked in too.
Tonight, what the fuck is that? First, he said he wanted to tap dance on Scott Hall's grave, and he's talking about Stephanie McMahon being a slut.
What if Owen Hart never died? Would Triple H still be a star?
Ooh,
yeah,
that's a good question.
Triple H would have been.
Owen
would have left. He would have went to WCW.
Vince didn't want Owen to be that top guy because he would have made him the top guy.
Well, you know, Owen was going to retire. You know that, right?
Yeah. It was a couple years. He built a house too. They were about to move in a brand new house.
Who? Him and Martha.
Owen and Martha. Yeah.
Owen was gonna retire. He was gonna start a wrestling school, and I think he wanted to be a teacher.
Gym teacher. There was a woman at Hooters in Massachusetts I talked to. She had a Calgary shirt, and I talked about Owen Hart. Owen actually taught gym classes at her school in Canada.
Because he was an athletic dude, you know.
Yeah.
Is it true that he's gonna be in the AEW video game?
That's the rumor.
I don't know.
Might be like a character or something. I'm actually curious. Speaking of that, I'm actually curious. Is Cody going to be in the game? I want to know.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Ooh, good question.
He's going to be a build-a character. He's going to be like Benoit. You got to build him.
Yeah, you're going to have his DLCs in there. Oh man, but
that's a good idea. What if
it's almost that time? About to fall back. Well, y'all want to talk? Go ahead. We can go for another half hour if y'all want. Y'all want to go another half hour?
Another hour.
What if Top Gun
Maverick gets delayed again? Here's the deal, because your punk ass ain't go live when you say he was going to go live.
Well, I went live at 2:00 in the morning.
Half hour on
2:00
in the morning.
I got
Don West selling baseball cards.
I got one. I got a what if. And Edge heads ain't ready for this one. I've been saying that we all have heels that we're willing to die on, not just in wrestling, but in general. Here's my what if. What if the Edge, Matt Hardy, Lita scandal never happened?
I was about to say that.
What if Gangrel?
If that angle never happened between Edge and Matt Hardy, Edge would still be overrated.
I agree.
I'm thinking it never happened. I'm thinking maybe Matt and Lita would still be together, and maybe Lita would
Edge would have probably been. He probably would have been chasing a 24/7 title right now.
Yep.
Because that was like his. No, seriously, think of it. That was his launch pad when they figured out Edge was on that scumbag type shit. His career went to the moon.
I've said this for years. Okay, my first wrestler that I was like super hardcore into. I'll never forget this because I was a senior in high
school.
Undertaker. I was a huge Christian mark in 2005. And
Mm-hmm.
in 2005,
I always fucked with Christian.
Right. In 2005, he was an over tweener, and the big money match of 05 that we never got was John Cena versus Christian. He was the first. People forget that he was the first person that called out Cena for being phony. What did he call him? He called him a fake ass ripoff. Yeah, right. He was the first person, not Edge, not Punk. It was Christian, and he was over. They did a show at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, remember that's when that was when the draft came around. I remember that's when the draft came around, and this dude John Cena was the first round draft pick. He went to Raw on what's the name of the highlight reel.
Right, the highlight reel.
And that's when Christian came out and started talking mad shit to John Cena. That's when John Cena was piping hot.
Right, that was when Cena was like at the top
of the whole chain.
I just feel like fans today ruined Edge. Like Edge was great, and he's goated, but like the way how fans today rate him, they make him seem like this man is the Undertaker. They make it seem like this man is like God. I'm like, bro, his entrance theme is good. It's not better than everybody else's. It's a really good theme song.
Right, and then what happened back then was Vince didn't do Cena Christian because I guess he felt like it wasn't a big draw, and so instead he did Cena, Christian, and Jericho in a three-way. I forgot what the pay-per-view was, and that was it. And then Christian was gone, and then the very next year, not the very next. I don't know exactly when it happened, but the Edge Lita Matt Hardy shit happened, and I remember that was a pretty big story in 2006. I remember the fans chanting "slut" at Lita. I remember that. Speaking of that, here's a segue. There we go. Here's a good segue. Fucking Tay Conti and Sammy Guevara, y'all need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, the hate that they're getting, like, listen, Sammy Guevara and Tay Conti, like, look, y'all are getting hate on Twitter. Y'all good, because so far, I'm not seeing y'all get booed on AEW. Dynamite, Rampage, y'all come out and the fans are respectful. They're not chanting whore, slut, or any, like, y'all just getting hate on Twitter. You don't want to get hate on Twitter? Fucking don't log on. Or just fucking deactivate it. Fucking pussies.
Yeah. Sammy should just go to WWE if he wants to get better.
Oh God. Fuck WWE. How to kill your career? Go to WWE.
They're in the WWE for what? They didn't even know what to do with Dominic Mysterio. They got Dominic.
Nah, Sammy Guevara will be.
Here's where Sammy fucked up. Okay, Sammy's clearly not the first wrestler that did what he did. But the reason why he's getting fucked up is because that's the risk you take when you have a fucking blog and you record yourself every single week in 4K flirting with another chick when you have a fiance. So Sammy's just a fucking idiot. Great wrestler.
He did that recently. Matter of fact, remember, that's the same dude that said he wanted to rape Sasha Banks. Remember he said that?
Right. Yeah. Great wrestler, but Sammy is his own worst
enemy.
He's
okay.
Like,
he's okay. Perv.
He's okay.
And a stalker. That dude, I'm telling you, he needs to slow down. I already see his future already.
Sammy Guevara is okay, but this guy loves Baron Corbin. Come on. Jeez.
Let that
Baron Corbin. Wait, hold on. What's wrong with Happy Corbin?
Let him get a piece.
He sucks.
Let Guevara get a piece of some good black pussy. He gonna be like Kurt Angle when she was. He gonna be like Kurt Angle when he was stalking Raka Khan.
I got Happy Corbin winning at WrestleMania.
Speaking of Kurt Angle, man, I hope Kurt Angle does the induction for Queen Charmel. That'd be great.
Oh God, I'm gonna laugh.
I want to have sex with your wife, Booker.
He's like lurking behind
Kurt Angle's goated.
Shit.
Yo, you want to talk about Jungle Fever, man? If Kurt
she fondled my privates.
I tell you what, man, Kurt Angle's in the Hall of Fame, but they need to put Perk Angle in there too.
Bro.
And we both loved it.
Bro, you want to talk about Jungle Fever? Man, imagine Kurt Angle in his prime looking at Jade Cargill. Dude would have a heart attack by Triple H.
Oh, my God.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because Jade Cargill was like equivalent to like a Raka Khan or whatever. Yep. Just much better in the ring.
Jeez.
Charmel's getting inducted. I don't know how that happened. But I'm
surprised you ain't say she was an awesome wrestler.
No. She should be in the Hall of Fame, but I just think it's too soon.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I don't think she should be in the Hall of Fame at all because I just think Booker T has become so much with Uncle Tom that
wow,
you're allowing the houseboy to have his wife in the Hall of Fame.
I didn't think you could fuck that up.
Snubs, why does she deserve to be in the Hall of Fame? Please.
No. I'm not saying like right now. Not right now. I just think like eventually.
Yeah, no, not at all. She doesn't deserve to be in there at all. It should be for wrestlers.
She's had some good moments. No, it's not just wrestlers.
She wasn't wrestling. She was a Nitro girl.
It's not. It's not just wrestlers though.
But she was a Nitro girl. That's the only thing she did in her career. She was a Nitro girl. She was a dancer.
She was part of that whole storyline with Booker T.
Forget Sharmell. Can we talk about Malik's like just random heat for people for no reason?
Yo, I'm loving
It's not random heat. It's just it's just based on my spiritual beliefs when it comes to Booker T. That guy's on the time if I ever saw one. He's a house nigga if I ever saw one.
Fuck everything tonight.
Booker T did nothing wrong. My man is a beast.
What's the deal with Sable being banned from WWE? Was it because of the lawsuit from back in the day?
She's not banned. She wasn't allowed to be mentioned on the air.
Queen Sharmell should be in there. She has some very memorable moments with her, the Boogeyman.
That's what I want to know. What memorable moments? And what are you smoking, man?
Her and the Boogeyman, her with Kurt Angle, her with everything that was King Booker. She's had,
like, I want to have bestiality sex with your wife, Booker.
I'm just saying, like there's some people. The Hall of Fame for WWE isn't strictly wrestlers. It's for anybody who's contributed to WWE. Like, for example, Donald Trump's in there, and he's contributed to it because remember his hotels hosted WrestleMania 2 and 3, I think, and then
4 and 5.
Oh, 4 and 5, yeah. And then
speaking of that, Trump's in the front row. For both of those, and both times it's creepy. Okay, if you guys get time, go on Peacock or whatever your service is, watch WrestleMania 4 or 5, either one. Trump is in the front row, and he's staring a hole through Miss Elizabeth. It's fucking creepy.
That's okay. Everybody did that back in the day.
Everybody loved Miss Elizabeth around that time. She was just, I don't know.
Fucking.
I mean,
when she finally got that tit job at WCW. Motherfuckers was whacking up like, oh my God, Miss Elizabeth, I love you so much.
Miss Elizabeth looked like one of those girls you see on Price is Right.
Yeah, but you didn't think that back then. Back then, you were like, this is the hottest thing I'm ever going to see.
Yeah, Miss Elizabeth, like, she was like, what? The 80s version.
I love when they had those fake photos of Elizabeth and Flair at the pool and shit. That shit was fucking hilarious. The Flair Savage feud.
I think my favorite, unfortunately, she'll never be mentioned ever. I fucking crack up. It's like sat watching, but she'll never be mentioned ever. My favorite, I think female ever is Woman, aka Nancy Benoit.
Yeah, Nancy Benoit was bad as fuck. She was thick.
I love those Mean Gene segments where she was flirting with Mean
Gene.
Oh my
god!
and Scary Sherry. Scary Sherry was a bad bitch.
Yeah. Yo, speaking of Scary Sherry,
used to make fun of Scary Sherry. Like, Scary Sherry was sexy as fuck.
Yeah, speaking of Scary Sherry, you know that Tony Storm has an OnlyFans and she made like $10,000 an hour.
Yeah, one day. Yeah.
Big ups to Tony. Big ups to Tony. She's smart. She's like, you know what? I can make $10K taking photos instead of just getting the ring taking bumps.
This bitch got OnlyFans from Hit Row. What's her name? Bianca. She got.
Oh, you mean BFAB?
BFAB.
Yeah, from Hit Row.
Dude, I love this.
That's some Rinky Dink. That's some Rinky Dink. Bar. Yeah, that shit did look.
Girl got an OnlyFans too, and Natalia and her sister. And working on it. Yeah.
Well, I've seen their videos. They're kind of creepy because you got Natalia and sister, hugging each other, whipped cream, and all kinds of. I mean, I'm just thinking Tyson Kidd is not spending enough time with his wife. That's what I see when I see those videos.
See, this is the thing you got to remember, though, Malik. Like, I know that because your religion or whatever, that's not really a thing. And not only that, this dude been with this bitch for like eons. So of course he might he probably tired of her and shit. And she don't know how to, basically wrench around.
But that's what I'm saying. See, if it was me, I'd be smashing that shit up 3-4 times a day. That way she wouldn't have time to make those videos.
Have you seen Natalia?
Yeah.
That's why y'all Muslims love white girls. I swear.
No, we don't love them. I'm just saying. If I was him, I mean, she's not ugly.
I think Tyson Kidd lately. Tyson Kidd lately, I heard, is trying to make a comeback too.
Who?
No, come on.
Who's trying to make a
Tyson
comeback?
Kidd.
Who?
Yeah, he's been training. That's he's been training in the ring.
I don't blame Tyson, man. You can be with the most beautiful chick in the world, man. If you've been with her for like 30 years, like you're gonna get.
I don't know, man. That's Natalia. I mean, if it was Charlotte, it'd be a different story.
See, here's the thing.
God.
Here's the thing. Like, here's the thing. It's like, I don't know. Because, thank God, I got a woman in my life that I've been with for a very long time, and I'm nowhere near tired of her. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? God forbid. So, I guess when it came to them, maybe they wasn't really feeling each other like that at first. Maybe they was forced to be together because they had to be together. And now maybe they it's more about security when it comes to, I don't know.
Yeah. Old boys like that too. The Mike Bennett dude and Maria.
Yeah.
Because
that's a stupid couple.
He's chilling, And here's the thing about Mike Bennett. Here's what I hate about Mike Bennett, right? Like I've actually met him, like really cool guy. But like what I hate about guys like Mike Bennett is it's one thing like when you have a hot chick. Like I'm speaking from a guy's perspective, obviously. It's one thing like when you have a hot chick, but it's another thing like when you have a hot chick and you know in your heart of hearts that you're never gonna find a chick as hot as this one. So it's like that you've peaked. Like this is as good as it's gonna get. Like I'll tell you another person who's like that. The Sean Spears guy.
Andrade.
The what's her name? Cassie.
Who's Sean Spears? Bitch.
He's dating Peyton Royce.
That bitch.
Oh, from the Thunder
Iconics.
The Iconics.
Yeah. She
what?
The other one look better. What's the other bitch?
What? No, she does not. And stop lying to America. Go on Instagram right now and away from your wife. Go look at some pics of her.
Away from your wife,
lady.
Well, look, I heard somebody mention Charlotte Flair now. Charlotte Flair got a horse's face.
You bugging. Charlotte Flair is bad. That's why Andrade.
Flair, my dude.
Andrade.
His face is like mule puke.
What, you're bugging? Charlotte Flair is beautiful.
Nice.
Andrade.
Charlotte Flair looking sexy.
Andrade. Listen, Andrade ain't going nowhere because he knows he ain't fucking that up. Because if he fucks that up, he ain't gonna find nothing better.
I believe Andrade could do it better.
His manager looks 10 times better.
I agree.
Vega looks better than fucking Charlotte.
I don't know about that. That's bugging.
Zelina Vega don't look better than Charlotte Flair, my man.
I don't know.
Thunder Rosa looks better than Charlotte Flair.
I know she
the
doesn't.
squirrel I ran over with my car the other day looks better than Charlotte.
God damn.
I agree with Snugs. Andrade's not going anywhere because he needs the visa. Okay.
Yo, man, he said Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, Charlotte Flair is better than Thunder Rosa. Charlotte Flair is sexier than. I mean, it's tough between her and Zelina, but I would probably give the edge to
Now,
Charlotte.
one word for you, Snugs. Rehab.
Is WWE paying you in gold bricks?
9 a.m. Switch Diagnostics, pee in the cup. That's all I gotta say.
Come on, there's only one other person I could think of. Maybe two. Alexa and Bailey are the only two people I could think of that come close to Charlotte.
Bro, Charlotte.
Oh, Alexa Piss. Okay.
Bianca Belair looks better than both of them combined.
No,
that's true.
Better than who's? Bailey and Alexa?
All I know is this, man. Charlotte Flair's ass is flatter than IHOP pancakes. That's all I know. Okay.
No, her whole body is basically steroid hard brick, like
she is
hard
sexy.
brick. And the thing is, in the face is like, like I said, saddle up. Yeah. That's
a horseman.
I see a beautiful smile from a beautiful woman.
Rousey look better than Charlotte Flair.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Bugging.
Yeah.
Again, when Charlotte Flair smiles, hey, look, when Charlotte Flair smiles, her name is Mr. Ed.
No, Charlotte has a beautiful smile, bro. She's beautiful. No, she's from head to toe.
She got the Mr. Ed smile. Her teeth as big as a horse.
I'm just, even though I'm kind of, I'm not happy that she got her privacy photos leaked, but then again, I was happy at the same time to see her photos leaked, and I'm like, yes.
In all seriousness, though, all jokes aside, she looks sick. Like, look at it.
No, she doesn't.
I remember her match. Like go on Peacock or whatever the fuck streaming service you use. Go on Peacock Network and look at that tournament. I think it was the NXT Women's Title. Paige was the champ, and then she dropped it when she went to the main roster. And the final was Charlotte versus Natalya. Look at Charlotte then, and then look at her now. It's like a Michael Jackson before and after. It's just sick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yayo.
Okay, she's gotten bigger as far as like muscle wise. She's trained better.
That's the muscles, man. It's her skin and her boobs.
We know who Michael Jackson is. Michael Jackson is Sonya Deville.
Oh my god,
Sonya Deville is sexy.
Disgusting.
That's Michael Jackson right there.
Y'all don't find Sonya attractive?
No,
she got a big nose,
Hell no.
man. She got a nose.
I know y'all was bugging from the beginning. See,
she looked
I mean,
like.
Look, Charlotte got a face like a horse. She got a nose like a buzzard.
Everybody's different. I mean, to me, Alexa Bliss has a very, very long nose, and I think is
the only problem with Sonya is that she's lesbian. If she wasn't lesbian, I definitely would tap that.
Look, Sonya nose so big. She wakes up in the morning and smells the coffee in Brazil.
That's okay. That's okay. She's still sexy.
I got another what if. Speaking of Michael Jackson, what if Naomi would have just joined the fucking bloodline and did what everybody thought she was gonna do?
Maybe
what if she would have joined the bloodline?
She would have been mid as fuck still.
Yeah, maybe she will.
You don't think she would have been? Come on, Snow. You don't think she would have been dominant? Like
nah.
All that. Like check it out. Made her more serious. Fuck all that. Let it glow and twerking and jumping all over the damn place type shit.
You ready?
A ground based, grimy type shit.
I think she could. I think she could do it. The question is, if she did do it, it would have to be. I mean, you already said it. If she did it, it would have to be a complete 180 gimmick.
Yeah,
she would have to reinvent herself. And the question is, does she have that in her? I don't know.
Not only reinvent herself, but she would have to start beating everybody, because when Roman Reigns was bringing in Jimmy and Jey Uso, whenever they would fuck up, Roman Reigns was getting their ass. So Naomi is not beating Charlotte, but let's just say that happens, right, where she's losing to Charlotte. Roman Reigns is going to be like, yo, what's wrong with your wife, bro? Like, your wife is losing all these matches and we're supposed to be the bloodline. So like it wouldn't have probably have worked because Charlotte is running things right now.
See how you set it off right there? That would have been a perfect way to plant the seed.
See, the problem
is, perfect way. Like hold on, Tove. You see, like how you said right there, like because around that time she was beefing with Charlotte, and then have like a random segment or whatever with this dude Roman Reigns walking up to who's it, Jay or. Who's married?
It was like Jimmy. It's Jimmy. He's married to Jimmy.
Have this dude go up to Jimmy and be like, "Yo, what's up with your wife, man? Like she's slipping." You know how Roman Reigns talk.
Yeah.
That would have been a perfect way to plant the seed.
The problem is, and it's not just a Naomi issue. This is the issue with the entire WWE Women's division. Like this includes Raw and SmackDown. The problem is that if you're in WWE and you're a woman, you're better off trying to be the top face than be the top heel. If you try to be the top heel, you're fucked because Charlotte is just, I don't think she's
too damn dominant.
Yeah. Like they book Charlotte too dominantly that any other heel is just going to get lost. Like Shayna Baszler, I liked her shit. She was one of the few people
and she's sexy
on NXT. And I thought when she got called up to the main roster, I thought she was going to be a killer. But she can't be a killer because if she's a killer, then that means she's the top heel. But you can't be the top heel because they want Charlotte to be the top heel. So you can see that certain people are just held back just by Charlotte just simply being there. I think
Charlotte dominates.
I think the women's division would be great if Charlotte I don't ever want anyone to get hurt.
I mean, but look at
it would get better if she got hurt or if she just took a break.
Nah, but look at Jordan. Jordan went out there and won championships no other team could eat. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the same thing with Charlotte. Charlotte's out there, she's winning championships. Nobody's eating. That's what a true definition of a champion is. Like LeBron James. LeBron James won championships. But under his belt,
I appreciate the analogy, Snugs. The problem is that like Jordan and LeBron like are actual draws. Charlotte isn't.
Yes, she is.
She's
a draw.
She's not.
Charlotte is fucking. She's a draw.
She's not a draw, bro. She's
a draw.
She is not a merch draw and has never
She puts
been a
on.
merch draw.
I don't know about. I don't care for the merch. I care about the matches.
I'm about to pull up some numbers. Hold up.
No, she's not a merch draw. She's not, and I'll tell you.
I don't care for the merch. I care about the matches.
You should care because
you should care. That's where the money comes.
No. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about
or the ticket sales.
AJ, listen.
Yeah.
Okay, ticket sales. Yeah, but she's a big draw.
I was not an AJ Lee fan. She was tiny. She wasn't believable. But the reality is that she was the top merch seller, and so she got a push. I think the Becky Lynch demand, big time. To me, she's cringe. I've never cared for Becky, but the reality is
Becky's awesome.
Yeah, but the reality is, regardless of the fact that I think she's cringe, she is a merch seller. She pushes merch sellers. So, like with Charlotte, there is no evidence of her being a draw.
Yeah, but she's a top performer, regardless of the merch sales.
That's your opinion.
It's proven every week in the ring when she's out there.
She doesn't have any psychology, bro. She doesn't have psychology.
She's out there kicking ass. She does it on
horrible matches, and she botches all the time. Bro.
She doesn't have horrible matches, and she doesn't botch. She doesn't botch all the time.
She's
not horrible. She doesn't botch all the time. I think what you did was you took a few botches that she's done recently and said that's all the time.
No, dude, she never hits her moonsault. Her moonsault on the outside is great. Her moonsault on the inside of the ring.
What are you talking about? A moonsault on the outside? I mean, like if I did a moonsault and then that I knew, you'd be dead.
When she gets to the top rope and she does the corkscrew to the outside, it looks great. When she does the moonsault on the inside of the ring,
that's impressive. That corkscrew, come on, with her size, that's impressive.
In her finish, the natural selection, she misses it most times. It doesn't look good.
That's the other wrestler's fault. They need to get their head right.
How is that the wrestler's fault?
No, it's because she's
bad timing, maybe bad spot.
No, it's because she's too tall, so she misses.
It's not her fault. She's genetically superior.
Hey, despite her botching, at least she hasn't injured 13 wrestlers like Nia Jax did.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Charlotte is a great athlete. She's a great athlete, but in her matches have no psychology or storytelling.
That's a lie.
See, my biggest
she's put on great matches with Sasha.
My biggest beef with Charlotte, she's a good wrestler. She's a great athlete, but her winning the title like every fucking 2-3 months is ridiculous.
Well, that's Sasha's fault. You know what? That's Sasha's fault.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit there and say she's totally trash. I would never say that about Charlotte.
To me,
it's been a lot of times Charlotte impressed me in the ring. Yes, I do. But I think
she's a. You go ahead.
She's over pushed.
No, she's not.
Over pushed.
Well, she's Ric Flair's daughter. That's why she's over pushed.
Ric Flair's out of the picture now.
You know what I'm saying?
And she's still being pushed for some reason.
Somebody in the back.
You can make the same argument for Becky. The point is that Charlotte is not overbooked or overrated. I think a lot of the time.
Oh, that's it. Kevin Dunn. Kevin Dunn loves Charlotte with the buck teeth. That's why.
What the fuck?
I can see that. Yeah, I can see Kevin Dunn saying,
I'll give you guys examples. Like when she at WrestleMania 34, when she beat Asuka, a lot of people were pissed off that Asuka lost. I wasn't pissed that Asuka lost. I was pissed that she put Asuka in the figure eight. Asuka tapped out, and the whole match. Go back to watch the match. She didn't work on Asuka's leg once.
Yeah.
Not one time.
Hey, man, a figure four hurts. You put that times two, it's double the pain.
You gotta have that ring psychology, like Ric Flair.
That undefeated streak was squandered.
Yeah,
I don't know.
She was undefeated for close to 1,000 fucking days.
And what was stupid about it?
Shit. And then after that,
but hold on.
They just hold on. After that, they had Asuka go and run and hug Charlotte. Oh, you all ready for Asuka? Come here, give me a hug.
Man.
And she wanted to tongue kiss her and all that
Charlotte going over helped her.
Fucking Asuka. It does NXT's Asuka would have beat the shit out of fucking Charlotte Flair after that shit.
I don't know about that. I'm just saying, her getting that win kind of helped her career a little bit because now she has something formidable on her resume.
You guys are forgetting. You guys are forgetting the most important part.
What she do after that?
No, I'm talking about Charlotte.
I'm talking about forgetting the most important part.
Charlotte.
After Charlotte beat her, she lost the match. She got cashed in the very next week, so it didn't matter. So it was a waste for both. It was a waste for Asuka.
I mean, it didn't matter now because you look at it from hindsight. But I'm just saying, like at the time, it made sense for Charlotte. If you think about it,
because Charlotte Flair did not need no other accolades.
I agree.
She didn't
at the time
need
she
nothing
did
else.
because
It
Charlotte
was all
didn't.
about building new stars.
See what they do is.
What they
do is they think that Charlotte is they think that they push her like she's this larger than life star, but she's not, because when they put the NXT belt on her when she won the Royal Rumble and when she challenged Rhea and won the NXT title, the thought process was that they thought that it would help them in the ratings war against AEW. But when Charlotte won the NXT Women's Champion, if you remember, their ratings went down. More people started watching AEW after that. That's proof that she's not a draw. And just
it's not Charlotte. Don't be looking at ratings and saying that's Charlotte's reason. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. The people out here want to sit up here and say that Charlotte is a horrible wrestler. Here's the problem.
Because
Charlotte
was Banks and Io Shirai. Sasha Banks and Io Shirai had a match on NXT. It was the summer of 2020. We were in the pandemic. That was when it was really bad. The main event for AEW was Kenny Omega and Hangman against Best Friends. The main event for NXT was Sasha Banks versus Io Shirai. Guess who won that night? NXT did.
Guess how many people watch?
They beat AEW straight up. So don't tell me.
Guess how many people watched Kenny Omega versus Daniel Bryan and swear that was a classic. So I don't want to hear about ratings.
I'm not talking about that. I'm simply saying that people.
I'm equating it. My point is this.
No, you don't want to hear it because it doesn't fit your narrative. That's why.
No, because you're lying to America. That's the problem. You're still over here.
You ready for fucking politics? Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, Charlotte Flair. She had like 2 years of basically she had 2 years of just her getting to the main roster. Charlotte Flair had no training. Well, she's not no training, but she had basically nothing like how everybody else had it. Basically, she came up on her own skill.
Look,
she came up. No, you gotta look at the facts. She didn't basically. Okay, put it like this. She was at NXT. She just started. Somehow she's on the main roster, and she's that good. And within 2 years, she was in the main roster and was already about to be champion. That's how good of a wrestler she is.
I'm not saying Charlotte's not good. I'm just simply saying she is not a draw. Never has
been.
She's
a draw.
Never will be. Period. No, she's not. She's not a draw for live events. She's not a draw for merch sellers. She's not a draw for ratings. Just because she's a good wrestler, she's not a draw. You are a draw.
Okay. Just because y'all don't buy her merch doesn't mean she's a bad performer or a wrestler or can't pull in matches.
I never said she wasn't.
Get him, Joe.
Bailey, Sasha versus Charlotte were great matches. Sasha versus Charlotte were great matches. Sasha versus Charlotte versus Bailey were great matches.
You're focusing on the ring. I have not attacked the end ring. All I said was that
those are draws. That's part of the draw. I'm watching Charlotte versus Sasha because I want to see them two go at it. That's a draw. That's nothing to do with it's all Sasha.
I can provide you physical evidence that AJ Lee was a draw and she was moving numbers for WWE.
I'm not disagreeing with AJ Lee not being a draw.
I can provide you physical evidence that Becky Lynch is a draw and she moves numbers, but I cannot provide you anything for Charlotte. Never have, never will.
Yeah, but then again, Undertaker is the hottest draw in WWE, but he didn't have more merch sales than Stone Cold.
That's true, but Taker is a larger than life name. Charlotte is not.
Yeah. Yes, she is.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
No, she's not. You know why?
Yes,
because Charlotte has no crossover value. Sasha Banks has crossover value.
I don't know about that. That's because she's gotten over with the mainstream crowd because she's got Snoop Dogg as her cousin. She's got the whole mainstream crowd with her with going on with it, and she's part of WWE. So Snoop Dogg and that, then you add in all that. Charlotte Flair just has her dad. That's it. Other than that, she's just out there doing her thing.
Actually, she was popping before people mentioned that she was Snoop Dogg's uncle, niece.
Yeah, she was over.
She was popping, but she wasn't like over.
She was already over.
No, that was in NXT. She wasn't over.
To me, Charlotte reminds me a lot of Madison Rayne in TNA because TNA, for whatever reason, would just love to push Madison Rayne. And it was like Madison Rayne was never any good. Like she wasn't Mickey, she wasn't Victoria, she wasn't Gail Kim, she wasn't Awesome Kong, but for whatever reason, TNA was just obsessed with pushing her. And to me, WWE is the
so you're talking wrestling there. You're not talking merch sales.
He said Charlotte Flair It's like Madison Rain. Jesus.
I'm telling you right now.
It's obvious.
That's a stab.
They give Charlotte the titles because they want her to break Ric Flair's fake record.
You do realize that if Charlotte went to
Charlotte
AEW,
Flair's
she's
way
soloing the whole
better.
division.
Charlotte Flair is way better than Madison
Because in
Rain.
AEW, she'd have to actually tell a story. And
If she was in AEW, there's not a single female outside of Britt Baker who could really touch, and maybe even Jay Cargill for maybe her after a few months.
Rosa, go ahead, keep going. Thunder Rosa.
No, Thunder Rosa's not touching Charlotte Flair. All of them are getting figure eighted.
No, half the roster in AEW is better than Charlotte. Rio's
you lying.
Sheeta's better.
No, it's not.
Serena Deeb will twist up Charlotte Flair like a
bugging. Serena Deeb would get immediately big booted by Charlotte and then pin 1, 2, 3. Out of here with that.
What about
Charlotte
Nyla
Flair?
Rose?
Thunder Rose was
Nyla Rose.
Nyla Rose. Oh, she gets
dildo.
Catch her with a tranny bomb.
That dude would get tapped out by a female too. It don't matter.
Yeah, that's saying somebody said she. That's not a she. That's a she. He. That's a it.
Did you guys see that? Did you guys see that story about that swimmer? It was a guy swimmer. He was ranked 460.
Yeah.
Ranked number one of the
That's
transgender.
Man type time.
Fucking shit.
Remember Joanna Man?
Yeah,
yeah, I remember Joanna Man, and that's a real Joanna Man. That's a Joanna honky.
Yeah.
Bro, what is with Malik with these random, like, what the fuck? The random shades, bro.
He wrote them down. He's got a list. He's Jericho.
I write them down. It's coming off the top of my head. I mean, that's. But all jokes aside, I mean, it does have an unfair advantage. You know, she shouldn't be in the women's swimming.
And the other thing too is, to me, like, people compare Roman to people compare Roman to Cena, but to me, like, no, like the person who's really Cena now is Charlotte, because when Cena was at his peak, when Cena was at his peak. I never said, listen, like when Cena was at his peak, I never really hated him like everybody else did. But what I will say is everyone that feuded with Cena that had momentum after they feuded with him, it was like the momentum died. Like Rusev was over and then he fought Cena, dead. Bray Wyatt was over.
It's the same thing with Undertaker.
Dead. Umaga was over. He fought Cena, dead. Everybody that Charlotte feuds with, their momentum.
It's the same thing with Undertaker.
Hold on, wait. This is what I'll say. This is what I'll say, right? I fucked with Cena hard body. You know what I'm saying? When I stopped fucking with Cena, when I thought it was okay, it's a little bit too much, was when he had beat Umaga. I think he beat Umaga twice in a row. And we all knew that was Umaga's time.
Nah, I'll give you one worse than that. I'll give you one worse than that. And it's more recent. There's one where he beat Bray Wyatt, remember? In that what was it? Last man standing match?
No, he fought Umaga first, actually.
Well, I'm saying more recently, Cena fought Bray Wyatt. I'm not sure if it was the Fiend gimmick or if it was the regular Bray Wyatt gimmick, but I do know that there was a corny way to how he beat Bray Wyatt for that I think it was a last man standing match, and he put like a bunch of fucking equipment on him. I'm like, that's not the way how a last man standing match should end.
Whoa. Breaking news before we go. Breaking news. Holy shit.
Talk to me. What's up?
Yo, Nate, get ready to laugh your ass off. Okay.
Oh, man. Wait, whoa. Let me put you the single screen. Hold on. Put your solo screen real quick.
It better be Chris Masters.
Breaking news before we go. I'm going to share the picture to you guys.
Yeah,
Chris Masters
right there.
Fucking JJ Dillon and Kevin Sullivan were on the fucking Steve Harvey judge show suing each other, and I got a picture and I'm laughing my fucking ass off over here.
What?
Wait, who's suing?
That shit is random as fuck.
What?
Wait, what? Who's suing who?
Random shit I heard.
JJ Dillon and Sullivan?
Yeah. I just
Steve Harvey, on Judge Steve Harvey?
Oh my god.
That shit is so random.
Why are they suing each other?
Yeah. What the fuck is going on?
Wait, there's a show called Just Steve Harvey?
Yeah, he's like a judge now.
He's got a judge show now. I just sent it to you.
That is so random. Now you gotta figure. Try to send it. Oh man. Nah, send it to them. Maybe I can try to.
That's funny.
Pull it up back from backstage or whatever.
Somebody gave Steve Harvey a judge license.
God.
It's a TV show. He's not an actual judge. It's just...
Nah, bro. Jerry Springer is actually a judge now because of that show.
No,
Jerry Springer.
Jerry Springer was a lawyer from before.
He was a lawyer.
But like he's presiding over real cases. I think
he wrote a check to a prostitute. He wrote a check to a prostitute. What an idiot.
Yo, what the fuck? Look at this silly shit. Hold on, wait.
What the hell is he suing him for? He stole his Taskmaster outfit? What the hell is he suing?
Y'all seen this silly shit?
Yeah, suing for $7,500 for money loaned.
Probably back in the day.
This shit is fucking ridiculous. Like, what is going on there?
Yo, they need to. You know what Steve should do? Oh my god, bro! Steve should fucking ask if fucking Kevin killed Benoit. That's what he should do.
No, they got to do that horseman skit where they're gonna tie him up to the truck and they're gonna beat him up.
Who are those two guys?
Dusty. Oh my god, Kevin Sullivan and what's his name? Jim.
JJ Dillon.
Jim Morrison.
His name is Jim Morrison.
He's alive. Morrison's alive.
No, ain't what's his name? Kevin Sullivan. He works for WWE, right?
I think so.
No.
I heard that name somewhere.
There is a Kevin Sullivan that works for WWE.
Kevin Sullivan, that's the this dude they used to fuck with woman that had beef with
woman. Yeah. Those bathroom brawls were fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I don't Kevin Sullivan, Snugs?
Not off the top of my, I know, but I just can't remember off the top of my head.
Taskmaster and Bob Pillman.
That's what happens when you watch too much Raw.
What's wrong with Raw?
You don't remember motherfuckers like the devil, Kevin Sullivan.
I know Kevin Sullivan. I know the name. I just don't remember exactly.
Raw that happens to your psyche.
Raw's good.
And the Dungeon of Doom.
It turns your brain to old meatloaf sandwiches.
Raw that hasn't been good since 2014 or something.
Raw was great this past week. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, what?
Actually,
besides
Raw
Kevin Owens.
That bad. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Last couple of weeks wasn't. Like,
how many pillows was it? What was it? 3 out of 5 pillows?
Zero pillows, and it's really good. It's got good stuff.
Before we get up out of here, because I gotta get up out of here. This WrestleMania build is fucking stupid and boring. Like,
I don't mind it.
Yo, we could all agree. Yo, Snugs, I don't give a fuck what you say. Fuck you. This shit is great. This is great.
What's wrong with it?
This shit is
I'll tell you what.
I'll tell
you what. I'll give you an honest opinion.
The Crockett Cup is more popping than this shit.
Okay, I'll tell you this. The only really match that I really have a concern for is the Logan Paul match, because I don't think that's going to be a good match. I think it's going to be a decent match.
No shit.
But other than that, but I'm still expecting that match to blow my mind away.
What I think the sleeper match is going to be, I think the sleeper match is going to be this dude, Pat McAfee.
AJ and Edge? Oh, Pat and Austin Theory.
McAfee and this guy.
A lot of people are saying that Edge and AJ are going to steal the show.
Oh, they're going to steal the show. They definitely going to steal the show.
I don't know, man. I got to be honest with you. Listen, man, AJ is one of my GOATs. I love AJ to death. One of my favorite wrestlers ever. But I got to be real, man. He's got a pretty shitty history. He's got a shitty track record at WrestleMania. Every year at WrestleMania, he's got a match that's supposed to be a dream match, and it's kind of lame.
Man.
The shit with Nakamura was whack. That match sucked.
Yeah, that match was bad. That match was decent.
We definitely had high hopes for that shit.
You're right about that, because it was a decent match, but it should have been better.
And the promo and the match of Orton, here's the thing: like the bill was pretty good, but the match was just it was
bland.
It was a bland match.
But he had a great match with Taker.
Right, that was I'll give that was a cinematic, and really his best Mania match so far is really Shane, and that was the match ironically that nobody wanted, and it was like okay. Yeah. So he's got a slippy track record at Mania, so I'm not.
He's gonna have
to be a Steeler.
He's gonna have to steal the show with this one, and then I have a feeling that Cody Rhodes won't debut until after Mania, like the Raw after Mania.
Yeah, that's
I have a feeling about that.
Yeah, that's what. And
then find somebody else, but I don't know who that somebody else is gonna be.
Yeah,
that's funny. You use the term sleeper match because that's what Raw and SmackDown brings.
I don't know what you're talking about, Nate, but I'll tell you this much: if Seth Rollins doesn't have an opponent for WrestleMania, I think they should really consider talking about the Undertaker.
Cody.
And before we get up out of here, I don't know why the fuck Seth Rollins is so damn mad about like. I don't have a match at WrestleMania. I want to whine and whang.
What's wrong with that?
I'm like, man, fuck this shit. I don't want to wrestle at this whack ass WrestleMania anyway.
What do you mean?
Talk about how
this shit is whack.
It's not whack.
Can we talk about how lazy it is that multiple stories are? I don't have a match at Mania. That's just so fucking lazy, dude.
Yeah,
what's wrong with what do you mean?
Once again, Seth Rollins is coming off like a whiny little faggot.
Nah, you gotta punch your ticket. I disagree.
All I'm going to say is this. I actually don't have much to say for this particular WrestleMania. All I'm going to say is I see some people saying,
gay people, faggot,
right?
little punk bitch.
I see some people saying like this is the worst Mania ever.
It's
I
not.
take this stuff very seriously. I've seen worse Mania bills than this, and I've seen worse Mania cards than this. But what I will say is just looking at this card right now, because the card's in front of me from top to bottom. I ain't gonna say this is the worst Mania. But what I will say is, from top to bottom, this is the laziest card I've ever seen.
It's a great card. Let me ask you this:
lazy card.
If let's say Sandman, if it was it your
the fuck up, man? We're not trying to hear that bullshit.
No shenanigans.
Okay, like I know it's WrestleMania, right? But see, here's the thing I'm confused about.
Oh, come on, don't be gay about this. If it was your dream to main event WrestleMania,
man, the fuck out of you! You sounding crazy, B.
I know it's WrestleMania.
You sounding crazy. No,
I just wanted to ask you a question.
Hold on, wait.
Here's where I'm confused.
Hold on, wait. I'm about to shut this shit down. I'm about to shut it down because it's about that time. I'm about to shut it down. It's about that time. You know what I mean? As long as he'll be all right. He fucking tripping and he fucking
dude needs a drug test. Seriously.
Talking about this shit is great. Fuck out of here with that silly shit. Anyways.
Frosted Flakes, man. It's great.
Anyways, I appreciate y'all for joining, you know what I'm saying, another episode of the Roundtable in the books. And I don't know, like, we should do What If Wednesday tomorrow? You think so?
It'll be storming in my area, so I'll let you know if I'll be around.
You know what I'm saying? I just, if anything, I'll keep y'all posted.
Yeah.
All right. So, enjoy the rest of your night. And until then, at ease, losers. Yeah.